But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Doing.
You're right, Joe. You're right. Having a therapy session with Joe DeRosa before the show.
Talking him off a ledge.
Yeah, this was not my intention. When I invited my pal to do radio with me today because it's over. I'm flying solo. My God, I'm flying solo.
And now someone's about to jump off the side of the...
Hey, Joe DeRosa came in and depressed the hell out of everyone.
Wow, that was heavy.
I was already sad because 2 kids got stabbed to death in my neighborhood last night.
I totally forgot about that now.
I know.
Jeez, Tom.
Just when I thought I couldn't be more depressed, Joe DeRosa walked into the studio.
Wow.
But you helped me.
He needs his own nanny.
Did I help you?
You talked me down for
All
a
right,
second. I
that's
was a little
good.
sad for a minute. You talked me up, and now I'm ready to. Let's have some fun with the Elkster.
We're going to have fun. It's Friday. Friday, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Tom, being parents, we were discussing this stabbing on the Upper West Side. It's on every fucking channel.
Horrible.
I saw the helicopters in the sky yesterday. I was 2 blocks from that scene.
Jeez.
Walking around with my new daughter, just getting some fresh air.
Loving life.
And when I got home, they said 5 people were stabbed on the Upper West Side. I'm thinking it was one of these lunatics that, every once in a while hits Manhattan.
Just running through the streets?
Yeah, causing mayhem.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I tell my wife, I'm like, man, I was 2 blocks away from where those 5 people were stabbed, because that's what they said early on. And helicopters just in the sky, and I knew it was the news. Did you hear this story?
Not till just now. How old were the kids?
How about you let me and Tom talk for a little bit, because I don't want you to get more depressed.
You just take deep breaths.
You want to go down the hall?
You just take deep breaths.
You want to get some fresh air?
Write some affirmations on paper and read it to yourself. I am good.
You're going to be okay if we discuss this is adult shit.
It made me feel better if could I stand in the corner and say I'm not a bad boy?
Yeah, well, let us talk and it'll put your life in perspective.
Turns out it's every parent's fucking nightmare.
The worst nightmare to anybody that's ever had to leave anybody to watch your children as you go out.
Right.
Which is a big step, as you know, right?
Oh my God, I'm 2.5 years into parenthood and I still don't trust anybody.
It's a tough thing.
I barely trust my own sister when she comes in and watches my kid. Now kids.
Yeah, it's a scary thing. You're really trusting their life, literally trusting their life with this person. And
right.
Especially in New York, there's a big network of women who watch kids, and you get referrals, you try it, and it's all kind of vague, even like the official ones. It's like, we have her. She was good for a couple of years, and that. Yeah. And that's what this one was. This one was checked out and was okay.
Yeah.
And this woman comes home to a luxury building after working all day.
Right. Really nice building. It seems like both parents are,
hustling,
doing careers, which happens a lot in Manhattan, obviously. There's people, and I'm not saying this is the situation here. They have kids, and then they have someone else kind of raise them because they're, they got their own lives and careers to take care of.
Yeah, and if you need 2 incomes in Manhattan, that's the way you do it.
Right. Well,
and these nannies watch these kids. They're part of the family. These nannies, they travel with you. They're in there all the time.
So then the story was updated when I got home, and it turns out, this nanny stabbed to death a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. And then tried to kill herself. She had a fucking knife sticking out of her neck. This is horrific.
In the tub.
And I have no problem saying this. As soon as the news said the 2 kids died, I just grabbed my face. I didn't start crying, but it goes right to your fucking soul, man.
You immediately picture your children's faces.
Yeah.
Anytime you hear some kind of story. And this one is so off the charts.
And then the mom, they have pictures of her in the paper today, obviously screaming her fucking head off in the back of an ambulance.
It could not be.
Look at that.
It could not be. Terrible. You're looking at the worst thing a woman could go through. Her 2 children, seeing her 2 children. Yeah. Oh, forget it. This is the worst story I've ever heard.
Here's Ron Bennington making his way into the studio. So,
another tragedy.
That's brutal. That's really fucking sad, man.
Hey, Ron. Tom Papa, of course. Joe DeRosa. Everyone knows each other. You know the Sam over there.
I heard Sam wasn't here today.
I'm a big fan of Ron.
I was hoping.
Ron, I truly am.
Well, I'm one of those guys.
Ron is supposed to be the big surprise today.
I love listening to Ron.
Yeah. We're talking about what happened on the Upper West Side. You know, we figured we'd start the morning show with some light material.
Trying to cheer up Joe.
Well, you and I were just talking about the trouble with finding nannies yesterday.
Yeah.
When you
on the way out.
Really?
Yeah.
On the way out?
Yeah, because I told Ron I don't trust anyone. And then when this story went down last night, I have a cleaning lady that I do trust. I wanted to kick her out of my house immediately.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
I was like, how about you go home?
Our first one that we picked up here in New York, we found out after day one that she'd taken our little 6-month-old on the subway somewhere. Like she went to go meet some friends and then came back and acted like that was cool. I was like, well, we won't see you again. Thanks for bringing her back alive.
Do you know where she went?
I think
Crack house.
like Washington Heights.
Some kind of drug deal.
Yeah, like Washington Heights or something. There's no reason to leave our neighborhood and go.
That sounds horrifying.
Yeah, you're like, and you're looking at your little kid who can't even talk, and you're like, what did you see today?
Right.
Where did you go? What happened?
Wow.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah, because your kid can't tell you.
I freak out like
That 6-month-old saw some things that day.
saw some stuff, and you'll never know what it was. She won't know. She'll just live with it.
Too bad you can't, I don't know, get into that little brain. And
I get nervous when, like, the babysitter's like, we're just going to take him for ice cream. And they're going around the corner.
Right.
Because I know they're crossing the avenue.
Right.
That whole day is shot for me.
Of course.
Are they going to make it? How are they going to get across? Does she know how to hold their hand? Does she know?
Right.
I mean, these are little things. And then this woman just completely.
This nanny just lost her fucking mind for whatever reason. We'll find out sooner than later.
Did you see this? The father was just coming home from his radio show. I guess he did mornings.
He works CNBC.
Yeah.
CNBC.
Yeah, his radio, yeah.
He's a CNBC guy.
I heard he's an executive at CNBC.
Oh,
He really is.
I was trying to get you to relate.
Holy
You're never going to be relaxed again once you have kids like this. You
no,
never
I'm
have
just-
another fucking good moment.
No, I'm
Even good things you cry at.
Right.
Once you have kids.
Jesus
I can't
Christ.
watch any. I got 2 girls. I can't watch anything about a girl. If a little girl in any movie, TV show, commercial has to just go, I love you, Daddy. And I am sobbing. It's true. My daughter says that. It's a really close bond.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but I was telling Tom, this is life in Manhattan. A lot of families, they're very trusting with nannies. Mm-hmm. I've never seen more nannies than I have living in New York. When I was in the suburbs, you didn't see this as much. Usually you had your family around.
Yeah.
That would come by and help you out. But in Manhattan, for whatever reason, it's more strangers watching your kids. Every time I go to the playground, it's just the benches are lined up with nannies on their smartphones while these kids are just running around.
It's really true.
They're not even watching them at the playground.
Yeah.
And then a kid cries, and then they all look up seeing if it's theirs.
Well, it's that thing in New York, it's that balance of, do you want to hustle and make a lot of money to stay here and live that life?
Right.
There's sacrifices, and part of it is not being around during the day for your kids,
We had a cleaning lady that all of a sudden had to leave.
Yeah.
And she brought her replacement to our house.
Uh-huh.
Basically was telling us, well, she will now be cleaning your house.
Right.
And I'm like, no, she won't.
It says
Who is she? It was this lady that I didn't speak any English. And the one that she was supposedly replacing barely spoke. But there was I don't know what goes on. I want to get into this someday, but I think what happens, it's a network.
Yeah.
I think you get a nanny or a cleaning lady, they're there for a while. Then they find someone to take that job, so they get a piece of the action. I think.
Yeah, they just pass it off. It's like the mafia. It's like, well, now this guy's going to do it.
Right, and that woman gets a little bit because she gave her the job.
Wets her beak. She wets her beak a little bit.
Right.
Make
Thank
sure
you, Ron.
something comes back my way.
There you go.
That's right.
She goes, she'll be cleaning your house now in broken English. I'm like, no. We'll clean our own house for a while, and we'll go through the proper channels.
Yes, Mr. Opie, she will be cleaning, Mr. Opie.
No way, man.
Yes, Mr. Opie, she'll be here tomorrow. No. No, yes, she'll be here tomorrow.
That's like when you go to the rub down and they switch the girl out. One girl walks in, then another girl comes in. I'm going to do you. Whatever to the hot chick, you fucking animal.
Oh, the bait and switch, huh?
Yeah, they do a little bait and switch.
Bait and switch at the Yankee Cranky shop.
Yeah, the old Yankee Cranky will bait and switch your fucking prick.
So what is it? The really hot one walks you back?
She's the vibe manager.
Yeah.
So she's like, hey, come on in. Everything's great here.
Yeah.
I love how Joe's relating to what we're talking about right now.
In his own way.
In his own way. That's the brilliance of Joe DeRosa.
Hey, you know.
I like the guy in the cranky place being picky about the looks.
Right.
But Joe will cry if he sees like a fucking massage therapist on a commercial. He'll be like, oh god.
Yeah, every time I see a broken down immigrant whore in a commercial, it really
My
gets
last
to
one
me.
said that too.
Who cares? In the end, it's just a sad hand jerking you off. Who cares if it's hot or not?
I call it a happy hand, dude.
Yeah.
No, they're not happy.
Oh, those
Are you
You're
happy
saying
when
it's
that
a-
happens?
You're saying
thrilled.
it's a happy experience. To them, it's a very sad experience.
But it's better if they cry.
Yeah.
That's right.
I know. I'm so gigantic.
with all these dreams.
I'm so
I came
huge.
to America with all these dreams. Well, here's one of them.
Yeah.
This is the latest.
She washes off and then goes off to her nanny job.
Well, me and Aunt have talked over the years. There's like 3 levels with these people. You start in the Yankee Cranky shop. You do well. You do nails, and then if you do well with nails, you go into the sushi and the Chinese joints.
The sushi places do smell exactly like the Yankee Cranky.
and
the
nails.
same scent.
And
Yeah.
nails.
Oh,
It's all
wasabi.
related.
Yeah, there's a musty wasabi whitefish scent in all these places.
So that's the front page today, and fuck, man, that goes through everyone.
What about
Everyone.
the giant storm that's coming to get us?
Frankenstein.
Frankenstorm.
Yeah.
Frankenstorm.
They all have to have
Frankenstorm.
names.
When's it going to hit? I'm supposed to fly
When?
Monday.
That is it, though.
Yeah, no, you're done.
Monday.
We have to fly.
Monday's the day?
Yeah, Monday it hits, and then they said lasts until Tuesday.
You might
Oh,
have
boy.
to leave early. Where are you flying to?
Canada.
So why don't you go a day early? You're going in the right direction. You're going away from the damn thing.
Canada.
Is it going to fuck up my kids' trick-or-treating?
No.
You sure?
Well, no,
It'll
that's
be
not
over
till
by then.
Wednesday.
Huh?
That's
Trick-or-treat's
Wednesday.
not till Wednesday.
Wednesday? All
Yeah,
right.
you'll be okay.
Well,
Oh, the lines will be down.
yeah, I know.
Lines, right? Live wires.
wires everywhere.
Kids will think it's a
Really
part,
scary.
part,
Really scary.
Wow, they
part
really
of the
went,
display.
they really went all in this year. This is cool.
Look at that man on
First year going
fire.
out?
Huh?
Is this his first year going out?
No, this will be his 3rd.
Wow.
Nice.
Where do you take them in the city?
Well, we go down to Philly. We go old school.
You do.
Oh, yeah,
Old
that's the way to
school,
do
walking
it.
Kid
around.
loves hoagies.
Yeah, we get some bunch of hoagies. Cheesesteaks.
Everybody dresses up like Bernie Perrant. Oh!
Bags
So
with
much
meat
fun.
juice dripping out of the bottom.
What'd you get tonight? I got some superside.
Oh, yeah, we got 2 Philly guys here today. I'm in trouble.
You gotta have the
I
cheese
didn't know
whiz.
you were from Philly, Ron.
Well, I'm from outside of Philly. I'm from Delaware County.
Yeah.
Real shit. I'm
Yeah.
from, I grew up in Collegeville, up Norristown.
Really? I was born in
Yawn!
Chester. This is really good stuff.
Let us bond for a minute.
All right, fine. Don't worry.
Tom, were you doing that, or was that a sound effect?
It's a sound effect.
I was brought up in a tougher neighborhood than you there, Joe.
No.
Delaware County? That's, you know.
Yeah? You
Where,
got some
what
things
town did you
done?
grow up in?
Well, I grew up in Chichester.
All right. Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chichester.
See, he doesn't care. Tom doesn't care.
I do. I love Chichester.
No, I go old school with the trick-or-treating. I go to...
You go to the houses.
I go to the in-laws area, yeah, and we walk around the neighborhoods.
Sure.
We do the city like men.
Do you do the city?
Yeah.
Well, the city, you do one building.
Yeah,
That's why I leave, because I live pretty high up, and you can't use the elevators for the whole day. Because the kids go from floor to
that's
floor to
annoying.
floor to floor. And they take over every single fucking
We don't do the
elevator.
high rise. We do the low rise.
What do
There's
you
like
mean?
streets, the whole streets of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You got to be down. You
I
live in the
stopped
fancy
talking
part.
because that's really strange. I don't know how that works.
Well, there's 2 things.
Because every building has like fucking 50 apartments. You don't know which ones are willing
the Sunday before, they do a thing in the village where everybody that has a pumpkin in the window
very
gives out
cool.
candy. So the kids just go crazy through the whole village.
We have one street on the Upper West Side that they closed down for Halloween for everybody, too.
The crazy part is that then the Halloween parade comes through at night. And one time we popped out when we first lived in that neighborhood. We popped out of the subway in the middle of it. We're just thinking, oh, this is great. You take the train right to home. And we get out, and it was like Saigon. It was like Sophie's Choice. Which kid do you want? I'll take this one. Putting her on my shoulders, trying to get through transvestites and all this insanity.
People that they just fucking bang in the street like dogs that night.
It's true. They really do. It's like laid over bicycle racks and
disgusting.
Your little kids have seen a lot already, Tom.
They have.
Taking subway rides to God knows where.
You should see gay pride in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've seen some. Look at that man. Why does he have a feather out of his butt?
Fair enough answering the easy questions.
Yeah. My answer to everything is, it's the village.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, how do you answer the hard questions?
Dad, why are those two men doing that? It's the village.
There's a thing in San Francisco that somebody was telling me about, some sort of pride event, where the police barricaded off, and it's just understood people will be fucking inside the parameter,
right,
like the boundaries of this thing. And when people go in, like tourists or whatever, the cops actually say, "You be ready for what's going on in there," and they said that people are having literally orgies on the fucking street, like 3 guys blowing each other on the hood of a car, like just outside of some fucking pizza place or whatever for this big big event.
So did you have a good time?
Here we go. There we go.
So how long did you stay in there?
So you just set yourself up. I didn't hear anything else. I was
Yeah,
just
I
waiting
know.
for my turn.
Why don't you fucking take a shot at Tom over here?
I'm with children.
He's
I'm
with children.
He's got a family.
He's got a family.
He's going down to the cum parade on fucking Halloween.
You sick fuck. He's got family.
I'm with children.
Didn't you hear the part where they're passing the kids?
Jeez, saving children's lives.
His fucking Passover Halloween that he does.
Yes.
There's a pumpkin in the neighborhood. It means there's candy inside.
That is terrible, Joe. I'm with a family.
He's with family, Joe.
All right, that's fair. That's
Jeez,
fair.
Come on now.
All right.
You're at this.
How is Fez still a virgin? When you hear these stories of you can just get flown in the street.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he officially
Fez, yeah.
gay?
Really?
Yeah, he's gay.
No, I asked that because if you haven't had the sex, then are you?
Oh, I would say no, but
So
he
he's
said
gay,
yes.
but he's a virgin.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's possible, right?
Doesn't seem possible.
What is he scared of?
I think a cock.
They can be scary.
Oh, not so much scary as gross. I think that he likes the idea of
Right.
being
Right.
gay. It's the actual thing of being gay.
That's what stops
It's like
him.
borscht.
Yeah.
Everyone says it's good, but it's scary when it gets there.
I don't know.
It's called beets in a soup. It's nice. just drink it fast, Fez. It's cold beets.
Oh God.
Yeah, I guess it's a big step, man. You know, taking that first fucking cock.
I would imagine.
You know, it's like
You can do it.
I thought you were going to jump in with something.
No.
I just don't think
Have fun with this, Joe.
about it. Yeah.
Have fun with this.
What? What's wrong with this?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Just the way you were staring at Ronnie there.
I wasn't proposing a cock to him. Did it look like I was hitting on Ron?
Like a little wink, like that big step, right?
Listen, Ron.
It's like I thought the next thing you were going to say was, we can do it.
Ron, the first time you let a guy suck your cock
Yeah.
on the Opie and Anthony show. I mean, it seems like a big step. It's not so bad.
It's not
man.
so scary.
It would be a hell of a Friday show if that happened.
That's got to be a huge. I think that's got to be like getting your first tattoo or something. You're just fucking like, I want to do this. I know I want to do it. I know I believe in it.
You just got
But
a
it's
tattoo,
scary.
right?
I got 2 tattoos, but it was fucking scary that first time.
And then fast forward, you got a whole sleeve.
Yeah, that's what happens. Eventually, cover my body now.
Like, what was I thinking? My God.
As soon as I got the first one, I was like, I want another one. I want another one. I started like, and I have like all these tattoo ideas now, and I'm totally into getting
Really?
all of them. But that first one was like literally a year of like, oh, Jesus Christ, like, and then you're in a bar drinking beforehand. It is a lot like fucking a guy.
Exactly.
You don't want to.
Prick, the whole thing. That's not so
Drinking
bad.
by yourself. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
You get out of this little shop in the village.
The guy jizz on your face.
They close the door. It hurts. You take off your clothes.
It hurts really bad.
So what was the big deal? You didn't want to ruin your amazing body there, Joe? Tattoos.
It's, when you have a temple like this, you
when
don't
you're
want to
chiseled
fuck with
like
the
yourself. So how many tattoos you going to get?
Do you have
sorry.
What?
Yeah, a little something.
What do you got, a shamrock?
A little shamrock.
On your ankle.
I got a little something.
But doesn't it always feel like it's dirty under your skin?
No, not at all.
Like there's something under your skin.
It's called your soul.
No, no, you don't feel it at all.
No, but I mean now, you just think I need to scrub it.
Do you feel like you have to scrub it off, or do you notice that it's even there?
You kind of just don't even realize they're there anymore, which is a shame because I got these tattoos to like inspire, like I really got them as an expression,
right?
And now I'm like, oh yeah, my tattoo,
right?
So it's you kind of feel bad that you lose the steam with it after a little while. But the only weird thing is like once in a while I forget I have one here. I have a big one right there, on my forearm, and I forget that it's there, and then you'll like wake up and see it. And be like, oh yeah, I did that.
Or you're in a business meeting and you see them glance down as they're saying no to you.
Yeah,
you're like, oh right, I have a tattoo.
Yeah, you're jerking off some executive. It's like this isn't the fantasy I paid for. You're supposed to be.
Wow. We're talking about tattoos.
Yeah, you get Joe early in the morning. There's a lot of fantasies, just a lot of truth.
A lot
of truth comes out.
Awkward. Would you do the neck tattoos?
No, I wouldn't.
That's the new thing.
Like now, as of now, I wouldn't. I don't think so. But I want to do. I have.
I don't think so.
It's a possibility.
I don't think so.
I can't see it in the future. I don't think I would do that. Though.
He's going to do it.
I don't know. I have 2 on the forearms. I want to get one here and one here on the back of the arm, and then I don't know if I'm going to go any farther than that.
Your boyfriend's first and last name.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always that thing of like, this is a story. This is
right.
My father passed away.
Yeah.
This is my baby was born.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a fucking notebook.
This is the year my mother died.
Yeah, it's
called a journal.
Right. Fucking cavemen scribbling on the walls here.
Yeah, it's always, this is the screening, the first time I seen Star Wars, 12 p.m. AMC. That's why it says that. Yeah. I don't think I would. I don't know, man. I'll tell you, though, today I have an audition for like a game showy kind of thing. And I actually thought, like, man, is it? I ended up wearing a sweater just because, but like I was like, man, is it bad if I like have tattoos showing? Is that going to take me out of the element of what this kind of show is? And like, it's the first time I ever thought about that.
But just wear a long sleeve shirt.
Well, I am right now, but I'm saying my point is
you get the gig.
It just never even occurred to me. But they have makeup, you can cover them and stuff. Like,
why you have to wear?
It depends on the show too.
No,
if it's a game show of like people making bad decisions. You'd be the perfect.
Here's the thing, Joe. You're just going to be a contestant anyway. Don't act like. I don't know whether I should go in like that.
Oh, host? No.
All right, listen. I'm going to wait online for the Price is Right. That's all it is.
It's an open audition somewhere in Jersey. That's great.
Yeah. When you dress up in your costume.
Right.
It's the first time though. It doesn't matter and you wear a shirt, whatever. But my point is this is the first time it ever even occurred to me. Like, oh, this is kind of like, it does kind of put you in a certain aesthetic category.
You're sleazy now.
No. I know that, but that's not what I'm saying. Do you see what I'm saying?
You're sleazy.
Yeah, I know.
Certain people look at that as like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
not everybody, just like TV executives and movie producers, people like that.
Yeah. Sailors think it's cool.
Yeah,
they got that.
Well,
yeah. If you have an audition to go on a ship,
we wouldn't call it an audition necessarily. That's not the term we use.
The deadliest catch. Those guys will like.
Yeah, that'd be cool. They would love you.
Yeah, it's.
I couldn't survive in those boats.
No.
That's insane.
I take the ferry across to Jersey sometimes.
And that scares you?
I'm nauseous.
The thing is, they don't survive on those boats.
No kidding.
They don't make it.
Yeah.
They, you
nuts.
see guys are like 33 and they're just all old.
They look
poop deck happy, like, been out here for 6 months. And you're like, all right, dude, yeah.
Fuck, I'd shit my pants.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It really makes you feel like a piece of shit, too, when you're in, like, a restaurant. How many crab legs do you get?
Bitching because it's expensive. What the fuck?
I can get all you can eat at the fucking Chinese place.
You think these guys get flashbacks when they see the crab legs?
Oh, man.
They must, man. They must.
I would doubt they eat them.
Well, even if when you go out deep sea fishing, you always think, like, pretty early on, I want to go in. You know what I mean? You know, we did this for a while. Let's just go in.
We got to see a couple big
but they
fucking
never
swells.
go in.
Never.
They just keep going out.
Yeah, every once in a while somebody comes out with coffee for them, and that's it.
Someone's got to call in and just say, look, we don't need fucking crab legs.
Right.
Let's call this.
We're good.
Just too many people are dying.
I think we're good.
Just pretend.
It's amazing, though.
Pretend if we were the 4 guys that had to do any of those jobs, how many things the country wouldn't have anymore?
Yeah.
There'd be no more crab legs.
No.
Whatever's on those ice road trucks, just gone. That's not getting to wherever it needs to get.
Of course not.
And then a bunch of other examples.
Well, any job that you just didn't have to sit around bullshitting. Any fucking job besides this. You know? But have you ever worked, like, construction or anything like that? Just most people are really bad at it. Just like trying to fucking lay block is impossible to me.
I don't understand. I never had a real, like, intense labor job, but I had a lot of
Unskilled.
jobs. Yeah, like, a lot of food jobs and delivery jobs and moving shit, stuff like that. And I was just like, I don't know how anybody does anything more strenuous.
Can you build shit?
Huh?
Can you build anything?
I'm not bad with my hands.
Oh, you can build shit.
No, yeah, I'm not.
I'm another jerk off.
My family.
I'm all right.
My hands are good. It's just my arms have no strength.
Once you get the cum off of them, I'm good with my hands.
Jesus.
Oh, come on,
The
guys.
fuck? He's going back there. Obviously, we're trying to move on.
I'm sorry,
Wow,
Tom. I'm
early
sorry.
in the morning.
You've been steering
Joe
away from that
DeRosa.
shit. You keep bringing us back.
I'm sorry, Tom.
Notice
it's
I
not right
brought
in
up
front of
fucking
Tom.
crab legs.
What are these tattoos?
Out of nowhere. I'm one of 5 boys, and 2 of us have the skills of building anything.
Are you one of the builders?
Hell fucking no. And then there's 3 of us that couldn't be bothered with
I mean, in what's
But my
what
brother,
sense?
a cheap plug, but my brother who owns F.H. Riley's there in Huntington, he rebuilt the whole fucking place.
Yeah, I can't.
And then my other brother
like
Scott could rebuild anything. And then there's 3 of us that are just fucking useless.
I can't do shit like that, but if you give me like something in a box and you got to put this together, like I can put it together. I'm not long.
Well,
I understand that.
I didn't even do that. But having kids, you can't.
Something in a box.
How many jobs are like that?
Like, seriously, like, if you bring me a thing of Legos, I'll totally do it.
All right, the house kid is over there, so snap that together.
They've made that shit easy, thank God, because I didn't do even that shit until I had kids. And now these boxes come in that my wife's ordering, and I'm like, fuck with the instructions.
The worst is when you get the toys and they have that wire wraparound in the back tied up with tape.
Right.
You just got to take a razor knife. Your kid's just waiting for a thing, and you're wielding a razor knife around like the
What about the
slasher.
hard plastic? They're finally getting away with that molded hard plastic that could pretty much slice your wrist in
It's
half.
the worst.
When you try to pull it apart because you're getting lazy and you don't want to cut it all the way through.
Yeah, I got it. You get one slit and you give up on the cutting. Just put your foot into it.
And I start yelling. I'm like, this isn't fun for me. And my wife's like, relax. It's just a stupid rocking horse. You'll figure it out. Huh?
Call your brother.
Worse, sometimes they call the maintenance guys to come up and help me with some shit.
To open up a
Help you
package.
open toys?
No, just dumb shit around the
Put his kids to
apartment.
bed.
Smoke detectors went out. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call the guy. I have a
Yeah.
maintenance fee in this building anyway. Let them fucking deal with this
I
shit.
call for everything. Anything my wife says, I'm like, call the guy.
Well, they were hardwired, and I'm like, what? I didn't even know how to tackle that. So I made believe I had somewhere to go. Like, I would do this, but
Getting my vagina cleaned.
I gotta get the sand out of my vagina.
That's
At the nail
hilarious.
shop. I'll be at the nail shop. Could you fucking do my smoke detector?
That's hilarious.
It's embarrassing,
How fucking annoyed
though.
do those guys get?
It's not embarrassing. You're good at what you do, and they're good at what they do.
But I'm at
Putting
least.
batteries in.
I'm trying, though. I'm trying.
What does the plus mean?
Like I'm getting all fucking nervous because Christmas is on the way. That means a lot of shit to put together.
That's a lot. Do you feel like that your wife looks at you like you're not a man?
Yeah, of course, because she's from Philly. Ron knows, blue collar.
That's just because he tucks his pee-pee between his legs.
She comes from a blue collar neighborhood. That's what they do.
Men were men.
Men are men down there.
But you're talking about toys. What's so hard to put together with these fucking things?
That's why I'm pathetic. That's why I brought it to the discussion here.
The men's group all of a sudden we're in?
My dad sat me down because we rebuilt our house when we were growing up, so I was all in, and I had hammers and shit. I just wasn't into it. And with my other two brothers.
I had hammers. I just wasn't into it. Like in your mind, it's just a bunch of hammers.
Well, he was trying to cut some corners, so we had the whole top half of our house, sliced off, and we rebuilt to make more rooms and stuff.
Right.
He did that. He hired the guys to do that. Then after that, it was like, well, we're going to do a lot of this ourselves.
Oh, boy.
So I was fucking hanging sheetrock and all that stuff.
Really?
As a 12, 13-year-old.
So why didn't it stick?
Because maybe as a 12 or 13-year-old, I want to be riding my stupid bike and not hanging sheetrock. So maybe it's a mental thing.
Yeah, you weren't into it.
My dad was the kind of guy. Oh, sorry.
No.
My dad could literally build. He's like mechanically inclined. Like he literally build like a computer from like scratch. You know what I mean? And
right.
He was always like that. And then he would try to get me to help him with stuff when I was a kid. And then he'd yell at me because I wasn't into it. And it's like, I'm not a building psycho like you are. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to do this. This is like beyond me. I feel, it's like when, sometimes there's not that connection with that, and the older people never get it. And it's like, dude, this is like literally like taking somebody to a laboratory and trying to get them to mix chemicals properly or something.
I just want you to be a man.
Yeah, this is like so foreign right now to me.
No, my dad, knew I was on a different fucking trip from early on, so he sat me down and he goes, look, two things. You're either going to have to learn how to do this shit when you get older, or you're going to have to make so much money that you can pay someone else.
That sounds good to
That's
me.
Exactly what he told me from an early age.
That's the gay speech.
Right. You're going to have to dress in fancy clothes.
I mean, he only got 2 out of the 5 boys that were into it. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's tough. I mean, I'm ashamed in this culture how bad we really are at stuff like that. It really is sad, like, how much you can throw money at a problem these days. Like, you don't have to do anything. I have no fucking idea. I don't own a car.
But you have to have the money. If you don't have the money, then you got to figure this shit out.
This is a New York problem, though. You go everywhere else you go, men are still men. they fix their own stuff.
As soon as you go across the river.
As soon as you go across
the river,
there's guys with tool belts getting shit done.
My father-in-law gave me the hint. I got 2 fucking toolboxes now.
Oh, God,
and a whole drill set.
Who's your father-in-law, Tim Allen?
And I'm like, fuck.
I hate it, too. I'm not into doing any of this stuff.
I don't even know half the shit in these things.
My wife likes it. My wife likes fixing stuff. She asked for a drill for Christmas once.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, is she...
Lesbian?
Attachments?
Oh, attachments. Oh, is that what's going on?
I'm just asking. I don't know. How much drilling is she doing?
No, I think we're entertainers. We're not supposed to be fixing things.
Are you good with your hands there, Ron?
I'm fucking amazing at fixing shit.
Really?
No. Fuck.
Okay, good.
But my dad's the same as your dad. My dad built the house that he's living in now. He just could do that, and it just never mattered to me.
You never had an interest in it?
No, I didn't have the whole thing where I had to sit down with him. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. I have to fucking hang out.
My dad was really good with his hands, but when he was getting older, because he would rebuild our house all the time, he got lazy and the molding wouldn't match up anymore. He would just get scraps from. We used to have a big garage that was separate from the house. That he would just collect molding from wherever he could find it,
right?
And then he would like kind of patch it together.
Yeah.
And some of his work at the end there was a little.
Yeah, I have an uncle like that who comes and helps me out, and he was really good as a young guy, and now he's just older and high and, and like, yeah, I can do tile. And my wife was like, no, don't let him do the tile. I'm like, yeah, it'll save us money. And then it's all up and down and
it's all bubbly and fucking not matching.
Jesus.
My dad would collect tile and then and patch it together. And he thought that was a good design.
It's hilarious.
They don't want to waste anything.
What's the early days? It was amazing.
It's hard. It's hard to do the shit the right. My dad helped me paint my apartment, and we went in, when I moved in. We went in, and they had done the typical fucking New York landlord paint job on it, where they just painted over the light switches and everything. Yeah. So I'm in there, and I'm screaming in this apartment. This is what I'm fucking paying for, suckers. My dad's like, relax. We're gonna paint it right. It's gonna be okay.
Relax.
Right? So we're painting it. And he's like, we got the rollers, and he's like, listen, you just do a little bit at a time. Just do a little spot at a time. You dip it again. You do a little more. 10 minutes later, I was just rolling over the fucking light switches. Like, fuck this. I don't give a shit. It takes so long to do that shit right.
Yeah.
It's like...
You have no patience.
It's artistry, man. My cousin's a carpenter, and he talks about carpentry... And I mean carpenter in the sense like he doesn't whittle ducks and sell them in a market. You know what I mean? He works on houses and stores and things. And he talks about it the way we talk about comedy and radio and stuff. Like he fucking loves it. You have to love it like that. That's his thing. You know?
You'd have to feel great, though, man, just to be able to finish something and then know it's there. Like, fucking years later, you drive by and say, I did that. Well, you can't do that in any of our professions. You're just like, it's done.
Yeah, it's out
you
there.
Know what I mean?
Maybe we
fucking, at best, the sandcastle. Just fucking gone.
Is that all we built?
Yeah, that's it. Sandcastles
on low tide?
Close to the fucking ocean. There's just waves come in.
Yeah, this is really not that important in the end.
No, but the funny thing is no one ever remembers either. No one ever say, you know what, you did a show 3 years ago. It was fucking great. They're just kind of like, God, you guys blow. Yeah. I don't know what happened.
But there's a lot of guys building stuff with this show on all the time.
Well, thanks to those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you do this, like the drive-by thing, where you're saying...
What?
The thing he said, when you drive by the building...
Yeah.
Well, those guys aren't allowed in the buildings they built.
Well, that's
I've
the
talked
thing,
to those
too.
guys over the years.
But I'm saying don't discredit yourself. It's not like these guys drive by and go, I single-handedly constructed that Burger King, and there it is. It's like...
Yeah, they do.
They're telling 18 Mexican guys what to do. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like my point is don't discredit your thing because it's the body of work as a whole versus.
But what if the body of work was a fucking bridge? What if you just worked on the fucking
made
bridge?
Something?
You're like, look at that bridge. That's it.
But your show is the bridge in the end when you look back. It was the Robin Says show, not an episode. It's the whole show.
It's a bridge of make believe.
It's fun. No one can cross it. Shit.
You can't walk your son out in 20 years and go, I built that.
Nobody's ever laughed their balls off from driving over a bridge. How about that? See how positive that is?
Yeah, it's really nice. I'm feeling gotta feel better about myself.
Bridge building and Ron's show. That's all right.
Do you have that feeling of a career though? Oh, you look back
this is
and
just silly. Yeah, this is ridiculous.
You don't believe that.
It's silly.
I refuse to believe you believe
I love
that.
what I do, but it's just dumb.
I don't even think Letterman fucking feels like, I think he probably looks back and goes, what the fuck did I do
what was it all, what did it all mean?
If you're any good, that's the truth, because you're always moving forward, and you don't think what you've done is anything.
But you won't look back on this show, when it's all said and done, and go, we were one of the fucking contenders. Both of you guys sit in this room. Two of the biggest radio shows that have ever existed ever in history in the world. You look back and you go, we were in the top fucking five. We were in the top five.
How about top
What kind of legacy is that?
Top five.
Standing on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. We were one of the top five.
Name the fifth astronaut that walked on the moon.
No. But I'm not.
Top five, Ron.
Top five.
Top five. Nice.
Armstrong? Mulligan was second. Remember Mulligan? Then you got Szynski. Szynski was the third guy up.
Right.
Listen.
Four? Who's four? You got four?
Who was the fifth guy that ran a under 4 minute mile?
Hold on.
Sitting there with your grandson on your knee. Right. But under the Christmas tree.
That's not, you're
There
missing
was a
the point.
time.
No,
I was number 4.
This is the point. I'm not saying...
Who's the 5th best player in the NBA?
I'm not saying you guys were fourth or
Sometimes we're 5. Mostly 5.
What the?
I'm not ordering the top 5. I'm saying
sometimes we were up there. Sometimes we fell to 6, but not for long.
So you took the 5 biggest reishers of all time. Yeah. Okay, you O&A, Ron Fez, Stern, Walter Winchell,
Cousin Brucey,
and fucking like
Cousin
Larry,
Brucey, Dick Clark,
and Bob and Tom. All right,
Bob
those
and
are the
Tom.
fucking 5.
Dick Clark,
Those are the 5.
Dick Clark, Casey Kasem.
Ronnie, Bob and Tom, huh?
Yeah, but I mean this kind of show. I'm talking about
Bob
like
and Tom.
Now it's getting vague.
They're fucking retarded huge. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, like, if you talk about the 5 biggest
Bob and Tom.
morning
Steve Harvey.
If that doesn't show you, this doesn't mean shit.
Come on, that's not
Steve Harvey. You see, it's getting vague. This is not a bridge.
Right.
You're not
It's not
looking
a
at
bridge.
that bridge.
Tom is pushing you down further.
Yeah, he is.
Are you?
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
No.
What number
I'm
you got us at? 17?
I'm saying that it's a vague conversation with your kid. To say we were in the top 30.
You don't phrase it like that.
You think Hope's going to sit around with his kids and say, that's when I came up with what's in your pants?
Yeah, exactly.
And his kids go, I can't.
Do you understand
compete
my
with that.
body of work?
I can't compete.
Do you understand I
with that.
can't go to family functions
You
ever?
gotta be proud of the body of work.
You understand I have my head down a lot when I'm around family and
You
my
gotta-
real friends?
You gotta be proud of the body of work. You can't discredit. Tom, one day you're gonna sit with your kid and you're gonna say, we did a half season of The Marriage Rap. and I'm proud of it. Come on, B, you gotta be proud of the work you did.
Joe's taking shots.
Oh, that was a joke.
Hey, not all of us
What
can
the
have a
fuck?
YouTube video. Not all of us are counting our views in single digits.
The fucking my point is you don't look back on any of this stuff and go, oh, it stunk and it was nothing and
Oh, it's cool.
It's just fucking, you should be proud of it. You got comedy CDs and specials and whatever. You look back at those things, you go, these were fucking things I did. I'm proud of them.
Yeah,
It was a lot of work.
That's without saying, of course. But I don't take it too seriously, I guess, is what Ronnie's saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you should be proud.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I actually feel like going having a drink right now, just even thinking about it.
I'm more depressed.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, you made a run at it, though. I really do appreciate it. You did, seriously, you did.
That's the first time I ever got trashed trying to cheer somebody up.
I just saw Jay Thomas look by him. Well, yeah, you fucking go.
He doesn't like me.
Why would he?
Why?
We're taking our shots.
I like Jay Thomas.
Hey, why would he?
I can do Jack Cober. No one likes you.
Oh, true.
I like Jay Thomas. He
Sam,
looks like my
explain
uncle.
why Jay Thomas doesn't like us. It's
Well,
time for you to pipe in.
Because we took Ira from him. You remember, Ira, the old guy who comes in, does the weather, and
I'm going to say yes.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
Ira has been amazing. We got way more out of him than Jay ever did.
Within 2 appearances, by the way.
Yeah, and
Jay
then-
had him on for years and did nothing with him. He came on the O&A show and
Talking about hookers and all sorts of shit. And
whipping
then
out his dick.
all of a sudden, Jay plays that game where he doesn't want his guys on our show.
Right, Jay will not allow Ira to come on the Opie and Anthony show
So we gave him
anymore.
a good trashing over it.
Because he does a different kind of thing.
I guess Ira's got different talents, I suppose.
No,
He probably deserved like just a little abuse, but of course we took it way too far, like we've been known to.
But
do.
see, here's the thing. Jay knows that Christmas is coming up, and he's got that Letterman appearance where he's going to tell the fucking story all over again.
Which one?
You guys don't even know this thing.
No.
He goes on Letterman and tells the same story for 20 years.
What?
He tells the Lone Ranger story.
Every Christmas.
On purpose?
Yeah, like fucking Dave invites him back just for that one day, and then says, tell the Lone Ranger story.
Come on.
Funny story, though.
Yeah, it's a great story.
But he's been doing it for 20 straight years?
Like about that, yeah.
And what, is Letterman waiting to see if anyone has noticed?
No. Letterman's like
he
this
just
is part of
enjoys it.
It's the
Christmas tradition.
How do I not know this?
And then they throw
You
footballs
don't.
into a
You
Christmas
work in the
tree.
mornings. You don't. No, up late
I-
at night.
Thanks for helping me out. I appreciate that. I don't know why I don't know this one.
It's
just tradition?
Yeah.
He loves it.
It's a funny
Jay
story,
Thomas.
man.
What is it about?
The Lone Ranger.
Oh.
The radio stories, man.
No, I'm not really interested. Ira listened to Jay when I was coming up in the business, by the way.
Yeah.
Was he a radio guy back then?
Yeah, he was
he's
pretty.
always been.
I didn't know that.
When
Top 5.
Yeah,
I was in
6 now.
I was in high school. I was in high school. He's one of the guys I listened to getting ready for school. He was good.
I didn't even know that. I knew him from Cheers, and I thought he was just an actor and a comic. I didn't know he did radio.
He was on 99X, I want to say. Wow. That came out of nowhere. I think 99X here in New York way back in the day.
99X. I listened to that.
And he was kind of doing a edgy, I thought, in my stupid teenage brain, like an edgy, like Morning Zoo type show. And then I moved on with my taste, but at the time, I definitely listened to him.
I see.
Yeah.
Top 6, definitely.
Top 6?
Tom's just not going to let this go. He's not going to let this go.
Your top 5.
Well, what do you want me to fucking say?
Top 5 is like...
If I would have said number 1, then I got to fucking say who of you two is number 1. I'm not getting into that shit.
No, you don't have to.
No, you did it perfect.
You said it was really nice. You kept it vague.
You said one. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you would have said one of the best radio shows ever, you two, had some of the whatever, but then you had to put a number on it.
I said that first, and you went like this.
Because then in our heads we would have went, yeah, maybe we are.
That's what I said first.
And then you say top 5. I'm like, fuck you.
I said top
radio
shows.
I couldn't even name 5 shows I even respect. How about that?
I said he's trying to build you up by tearing you down.
And then he throws Bob and Tom in there. and they do a good job, but it's the type of radio we laugh at.
But I'm just doing.
That's good then.
I'm just going by.
No,
the
and
numbers.
laugh at it in a bad way,
okay.
Ron. It's that hacky shit that works for them. They have a huge career, of course, but I don't.
No, seriously, as morning zoos go, you guys are in like the top 7.
Yeah, I don't respect their show though at all.
They're nice guys. It's a different brand of comedy, but whatever. That's not the
They
point.
love you, huh, Joe?
They let you plug bananas.
When you go in there,
Yeah, but that's off the air. Hey, get it?
When you go in there,
bananas in my asshole joke. Here's the thing. I said that first. First I said top radio shows in the world, and you made the Opie face. You made the you went like this. You did the fucking Opie face, and then I went, I got to qualify the statement.
That was me downplaying it.
And then I said top 5.
Oh, please.
All right, we get it, Joe. Bob and Tom will have you back. Don't worry. Do you go into their studio all sad too, or you just save that for us?
I gotta play the game.
Your fans are so mean.
I gotta play
Mr. Ron. Joe came in here very depressed. He's good now, though.
Yeah, well,
I know.
How's the web series? Good.
Yeah.
I saw all. I think there's 5 or 6. I
There's
saw
6
all of them.
total.
Web series. Woo.
For Warner Sound.
Are you going to be a dick now because I made that half-season joke?
No, it's okay. Look, if I didn't have a movie coming out with Michael Douglas, maybe it would hurt. But I think that I'm totally cool with ribbing each other.
Credits battle. Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Fucking dumb joke I made.
Yeah, no.
Thought it'd be funny.
No,
Went over lukewarm. What do you want from me?
I hear great things from you about the web series.
Tom really is a mean asshole.
That's why I love him.
No, I think it's great.
That's why I love him.
I think it's great.
I let it all out on this show. I love it.
Listen, I'm trying.
The web series is good, though.
I'm an aspiring writer-director, and the web has been a good place for me to start getting my feet wet with that. And after we did the movie, this was like another thing that I was able to do and make some cash and
what's the name of it?
Stuff together. It's called What Are We Waiting For?
Nice.
And it's I'm really proud of it.
Does it have a theme, or is it kind of random stuff?
Yeah, I play a schlubby, annoying music fanboy, and every episode he's trying to he's waiting online for a concert or trying to get tickets for a concert. It's something music related.
That's funny.
It's for Warner Brothers. So
It takes place in the 70s?
No. It takes place now.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Because it seems like that's what the music guys used to do in the 70s. They wait for concerts.
That's an interesting question. His mindset is 70s, 80s, but he's living in the modern world.
Gotcha.
So there's an episode where he sleeps out in front of a record store all night on a Monday, so he can be the first one through the door on Tuesday to get the new releases. And the guy that owns the record store is like, you can just go download music. Get out of here.
That's
you know
funny.
what I mean? So there's some commentaries about the music culture and blah, 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 blah. And I had a lot of my friends do it, like Opie and Anthony and Jimmy.
Oh, you star in it?
And Burr.
I'm a security guard in one of them.
Are you really?
Yeah, there's a bunch of different guys in it.
I went all in.
It was fun.
I grew a shitty beard.
That's cool.
I didn't take my nap that day, so I looked a little ornery.
Oh, method.
And I told Joe I was bothering him with a lot of text messages, what my character should do and what he shouldn't do. And I wanted to be on boxes the whole time, so I was taller than everybody.
Nice.
And Opie's got my favorite line in the whole series. Out of every episode, he's got my absolute fucking most favorite line.
Yeah.
That makes me laugh the hardest. So it's.
Well, then shit, we should play it right here. Right here, right now.
Yeah, can I hear it? Yeah. Can you hear
will
it?
it play on the air like that?
Well, which line is it? About
when
the,
he goes,
passes?
There's a line where I'm all excited because we got these backstage passes. It's me and Burr, and we're really drunk. Right. And I'm really excited that we got these backstage passes to see Sheryl Crow. And we're trying to get into her dressing room, and Opie won't let us in because we're too drunk.
Sam, go further.
And
how long are they each?
3-4 minutes.
Yeah, they're like 4 minutes each. So
keep going. It's near the end.
I'll tell you where.
It's
can you pull it up on the?
How many did you do?
We did 6 total.
Wow.
Oh, it's right at. It's right before
that. You look funny.
Yeah, this is the big moment.
Yeah, this is. I'm all excited
right
about
around
our
here.
passes.
No,
you're going too far, Sam.
Oh my God.
Right there,
okay.
right there, right there, right there.
See
right
how
there.
I muscle them out of the scene? I'm fucking good, man.
You are good.
I'm fucking good at this shit.
You look good.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't look like you.
Here we go.
Sorry, you two are out of here. What are you being such a dick for, man?
Why am I being such a dick?
Yeah.
I have to deal with this shit every night.
Come on, dude, we got these passes, man.
Those passes? Every radio station gives those passes out to people to make them feel special. Well, do you feel special? I bet you do, because you're a freaking retard.
That's my favorite line of the whole thing. You sound like such a neighborhood bully when you say that.
When I saw that,
it's very real.
When I saw that in the script, I'm like, I don't have to act this part.
I was just like,
I'm not acting right there.
You're good.
Yeah, so that's basically the thing. We're annoyed. There's one with me and Anthony. We're waiting in line to see Phil Collins, and he keeps singing Against All Odds to the people in line, and they're getting annoyed. There's one where Jim Norton plays a scalper, and I'm trying to scalp tickets to see Cat Williams.
That one, I really like that
fight.
One. Jimmy and you fighting was like, that was good.
That was really
some real fighting.
Intense. I was bleeding.
I believe it.
He
you guys
caught
went
me
all
with
in.
his nail, and I was bleeding at one point.
That's when you know you're not a good actor. When you hurt the other people. So are you a music guy? Or is this or just yeah?
Huge music guy, and
his tastes are weird though, Ronnie. We've been over it. Been over it. I mean, even the bands he picked for his series are a little strange.
Well, I didn't want to.
Lindsey Buckingham, Sheryl Crow, Phil Collins, and then Metallica's thrown in there, which was strange.
Well,
and what was the other one?
Cat Williams.
Oh yeah,
and then one's just about iTunes.
Right.
But here's the thing: out of all those bands, Metallica's the only one that I listen to. But I didn't want this series to turn into like, is that freedom rock, man? We'll turn it up. I didn't want it to be like that. So I was like, one of the key things with that was every band that this guy loved had to be something that was kind of like didn't make sense. Where you were like, and I was like, if you go too far in that direction, then it's ironic and stupid.
Right.
If he's like all psyched about ABBA. But I was like, it makes sense to me that a guy in his 30s that has this old school mindset could be this revved up about seeing Lindsey Buckingham because he loves Fleetwood Mac. You know what I mean? There was a sensibility to that.
Lindsey Buckingham came in one day and like played and fucking sang. He was fucking amazing.
On your show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It was amazing.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't even follow his fingers.
No kidding.
No one ever talks about what a great guitarist.
Yeah, he's fucking great. So it's, so that's
solo stuff good.
Well, Holiday Road is.
I know
Holiday Road.
But
man.
after that, I really don't know Lindsey Buckingham's solo stuff.
See, you're only going from the radio, though.
I know. It's
you
sad.
fucking...
Oh, no, I know.
You got to go deep.
But I love the
Ronnie's
backstage
right
shit,
about
because how
that.
many times have you done that
Oh,
as a radio
Christ.
guy where you think... And I was just talking about this the other day. When I first started radio, they were like, we did this big thing, and Robert Plant was the headliner, and they said, "Oh, come on back to meet him," and there was like 100 people there, and they were like, "Sit down."
Wow.
Like, I'm not fucking waiting for Robert Plant.
And then you learn there's levels of backstage passes.
And it's never fucking great back
And you never
there.
get the good one.
It's never a big part.
You get in a room like Ronnie said, you wait an hour and a half with 100 other idiots, and then eventually these guys will come out.
And the artist is
and and they will
working,
give you
they're
a half a
exhausted.
second, maybe.
Yeah. The only good backstage passes that you get are when you don't give a shit anymore.
Right.
When it's like you're going to see your friend.
One of my
You're like, who fucking cares?
One of my best experiences, and it's early on in the XM days, we were lucky enough, me and Jimmy, to go see Sting do that dumb loot shit. It was like 100 people, and we begged and got our way in. And he played that stupid loot, and I think he played one fucking Police song. And then we...
On the loot?
Oh, it's horrendous.
Oh, that's the worst. He's doing Roxanne all fucking like Baroque era.
It's wish it could be Baroque. He doesn't even get... That's too fucking recent for him.
He thought this loot shit was going to take off. And we did.
You think he really did?
Yes.
Like this is the next big thing to loot?
Yes. We did hours on this, so we don't have to redo it. But it was like, what are you doing? You're fucking Sting. I get you want to do some different things, but you picked the loot. He flew some guy in from some country you never heard of where the loot is really...
Yeah, and then he introduces him that way, like no one can play the loot like this. I'm like, I guess.
E-Rock's got the song, which one? The original?
There's the original, and then there's the loot version of Message in a Bottle.
Which one you want to hear? Just a taste. What do you want to hear?
I'd go with the original.
Go with the original. So Sting, who
found him in the rainforest.
Come again, sweet laughter flowing fine.
He's got a great voice.
Yeah, if you're fucking Robin Hood.
This is shit. Fucking Jethro Tull calls this pussy. They're like, what is this shit? This is indulgent.
Listen to the hook. Oh, we just missed the hook?
That was the hook?
No, it's coming.
All right, listen to the hook. It's brutal.
To hear, to touch, to kiss, to die. To die.
We sat through an hour and a half of that with people politely clapping after every song because everyone in the room was like, what the fuck? Time Warner? Columbus Circle.
Jazz at Lincoln Center.
Jazz at Lincoln Center. So then we're lucky to go backstage and get our picture with Sting. Literally 10 of us. And I grew up a huge Police fan, so this was a moment for me. And I shook his hand. He could care less. He was fine. He was a dick, to be honest with you. But then my picture didn't, come out because the flash didn't go off. So I made the mistake of asking him for a second.
Oh
picture.
no!
The look he gave me, which I have, because other people were flashing. He was giving me the look like, how dare you? And I'm thinking to myself, it's not like there's a line of 200 fucking people here.
I'm not asking you to pose a painting. It's a fucking picture.
There's 10 people here.
I didn't complain when you went into the second loot song.
Thank you. You know what? I wish you were with me because I would have said just that. Really?
Jeez.
I should be the one complaining.
Yeah.
I was expecting something a little different.
You should thank me that I'm still here after the whole show.
You want to hear Message in the Bottle with the loop?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
This was the only song he did that anyone recognized.
Just a castaway.
Thank you, Ron. He got it. Thank you. Finally! Thank you. Ron got it. Because guess what? When he was playing all that other stuff, you could hear a pin drop, and then people were like, oh, fuck yeah! Thank you.
I love, too, how it just sounds like acoustic Message in a Bottle.
Right.
Like, it doesn't have any of that fucking foresty sound to it.
No, not at all.
I like the angle of it, though. This is like a fucking, like if Seinfeld would just start doing like ye old comedy. You know what I mean? Just, like, I've done everything I could do. Now I'm taking it back. 200 years from now.
I like
fucking hysterical.
How about this play? I like experiencing new shit, so in a way it wasn't as bad as maybe I made it out to be on the radio.
Right.
Knowing that this guy could be singing some cool shit for us.
Hey, if he had been cool to you backstage, you would have talked a lot nicer about
probably.
it. Yeah.
He's like, how dare you? I'm like, fuck, man, the flash didn't go off. I'm never going to meet you again. I'm sorry.
Right.
It's fucking... and then all of his people have to sit there in that meeting that he calls to order where he goes, guys, here's what's going on next. I'm going to do a loot tour. And they all have to just sit there and be like, that's a great idea, Sting. Yeah, man, we're with you.
All right, people writing shit, that fine loot strings.
I just wonder what goes through their heads. They got to be bored with, to us, going to see Sting solo or the Police is amazing for us, right?
Yeah.
But to him, he's like, fuck, I'm bored out of my mind. I've been doing this for 30 years. I just want to do something different.
Yeah. Dude, he lost me after, like, at 10 Summoner's Tales. Like, 2 albums before that, I was out.
What was the big hit on there?
Well, 10 Summoner's Tales was the one with, like, Fields of Gold and, like...
That was a good album.
That's not a bad album. I'm just saying, but 2 albums before that, he was already starting to get way too, like, adult contemporary.
Right.
And, like, acoustic, but not, like, rock ballad or folk acoustic. Like, there was this period piece music was already starting to creep in. And I was like, I can't do this, man. Like, I'm not into it.
The one thing I liked about the Police was kind of the reggae, you know.
Yeah, they lost me at Roxanne. I was fucking. I'm done.
That was it.
That's it.
I'm out.
That's it. Yeah. No more.
What is this? Where are these guys going?
I really like the Eddie Murphy version better. If I'm going to be totally honest.
There's one of the funniest posts I ever read online was somebody wrote on one of the social sites. They wrote, "There's no way in hell Sting is the same guy that was in the Police." And it was like, yeah, you're absolutely fucking right.
That's what the other guys at the Police say, too.
Yeah, actually, Stuart Copeland's the one that wrote it.
Oh, is that right?
Who did we meet? We met, I think, all of them, right? Didn't Andy Summers come by?
Yeah, they both came
by.
by.
He did the walkover with us, I remember.
So did Stuart Copeland.
Stuart Copeland, and then finally Sting backstage at the Loose Show.
Stuart Copeland's, that Oysterhead thing he did with Claypool and Trey Anastasio was really fucking cool.
I feel like I'm in your web series.
Nobody?
No,
I have no idea what that is.
Les Claypool from Primus.
Of course.
Trey Anastasio from Fish.
Okay.
Who's the guitar player in Fish.
Of course.
And
I know the players.
Stuart Copeland.
Right.
Power Trio.
Right.
They did a thing called Oysterhead a few years back.
Oh, yeah, that is right. I forgot
Oh, wait, he was in Oysterhead?
Yeah, it was really fucking cool. I mean, it's everything Les Claypool does sounds like Primus,
right.
or some variation of it.
He likes to slap that bass.
He likes to slap that bass, yeah. But it was really good, but it was just cool because you're like, Jesus Christ, Stuart Copeland is so much older. It's like when they did them Crooked Vultures, and what's-his-face from Zeppelin was playing with Dave Grohl and Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. It's like, it's cool when those older guys go...
Wow, you know way more about music than I do.
Yeah, I see why you made that series.
I don't know these side projects.
Yeah, you get it, Tom.
You know it.
Yeah.
All those older guys can fucking play. Every single one of them. They came out of that era. They can all fucking play.
I just like when they'll actually come around and do stuff with the younger guys.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, I can still play like cool, edgy stuff if I want to. You know what I mean? Or I could go over here and do this or whatever. You know, it's like, because a lot of these guys, they start going in that direction where you're like, or the other direction, I mean, where you're like, what are you doing? Why are you fucking doing like these string renditions of your old hits?
So just bored.
Or whatever. You know, it's like, why just because you're old does it mean like you can't fucking, did you hear who's the guy from ELO? What's his name?
Jeff Lynne.
Jeff Lynne's new album is fucking brilliant. And you're like, this guy is in his 60s.
Yeah.
And it's this fucking amazing album, the way it's produced.
Yeah.
Everything about it is
no one will hear
fucking incredible. Yeah, and
no one will hear it.
It's
which
a
is
shame.
sad.
Donald Fagen was in here the other day. He's got a great fucking album.
Really?
Great. Yeah.
Who's he from again?
Steely Dan.
I used to love Steely Dan.
And did you? Were you a big fan?
Yeah.
And
he had a solo album back in the day too that did all right. What was the song off that?
That was that whole.
Look up Donald Fagen back in the.
It's the IGA fucking song. He did that, and he did.
There was one that got a lot of radio.
Was the name of the old gimmick.
Steely Dan. Wow.
No static at all.
Well, you go see those guys. They're all older, and everybody in the fucking band is amazing. Every player in the band.
I just saw Monday night. I saw Rush at the Barclays Center.
Yeah, but I heard they fucking spent so much time with that new album right off the bat.
Dude, their new album is one of their best albums ever. I was fucking thrilled that they did
people
that.
were trying to turn us on to it the other day. I wasn't feeling it.
Well, if you don't like
the
Rush,
one song that they're pushing right now, I don't know. I was big into Rush growing up.
Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, Limelight.
Their new album sounds like
Spirit of the Radio.
It's very 70s Rush. It's very like Permanent Waves Rush.
XYZ.
Yeah. But YYZ.
Oh, did I say XYZ?
XXL. XXL. Loved XXL.
You kids with your XYZs.
I was doing good there, too.
Jim Sawyer's.
No, I heard a lot of good things about the Rush show. I really did. But one guy I was talking to down the hall said that he was frustrated. They spent so much time on the new album.
It's like when Steve Miller came to my college and he was in his jazz phase. All these people, everyone was waiting for the classic Steve Miller Band. He didn't give anything. He was just like,
we'll get back to you in a second, but my point, Tom, we've talked about that a lot too. Just tell us up front.
Right, let me know.
Before we buy the ticket and go in, let me know.
Steve Miller Band New Shit Tour.
Well, just let us know. You'll get your fans coming.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, whether you were a fan of the set list they picked or not, they, at 55, 56, however old they are, they fucking ripped.
Because like Ron said, they know how to fucking play their instruments.
Fucking believable.
Yeah.
Their new album, too, is heavy. And it's,
Rush?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It's better than their old stuff?
I'm not saying it's better than their old stuff, but it is right in line with the stuff they were doing in the 70s.
Challenge you. Bring Sal in here.
Great.
Bring Sal in here.
Get high on you. I mean,
if you just...
How do you top that?
If you just like...
A lot of people... This is Sal. He's
Sal. I thought it was a caller wanted to challenge.
No, it's Sal. He's our hipster dude.
Hey, Sal.
Hi, guys.
Lives in Brooklyn. We're making him...
Sal, have you heard the new Rush album?
I did, because I saw Rush.
He was told to shave the beard, by the way.
Yeah, because Ron, we're going old school. He's got to grow us a hipster mustache.
Oh, that's cool.
This kid could pull it off.
So he's growing the beard, so no one, I want the awkward just mustache growing.
I gotta like see people. I don't want to like look like an idiot with that.
You'd be good. You're good now.
Like
You'd be good now.
The new kids coming up, Ron, all entitled.
The new kids
all
coming up.
entitled.
Damn.
The old guys, they would just do it. He's like Dave never thought about how he looked.
He ate shit.
He did that.
He did eat shit, and this guy's worried about a
You think
fucking
I worried about
stupid mustache. he's
seeing
growing.
people when I was growing out this monstrosity of a hairdo?
Right. That started out as a radio thing.
Looks great.
Thank you, Ron.
So you think the new Rush album's awesome, Sal?
I think it's. I'm a huge Rush fan. I've seen Rush
Doesn't seem like it.
30.
Name your top
30,
5.
40 times?
Name your top 5 Rush songs.
That's fucking too much.
Top 5 Rush songs.
These are the top 10 radio shows in the world.
I want to see what kind of Rush fan he is. Name 5.
Counterparts. Bravado.
Bravado is one of your favorite Rush songs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Bravado.
Because he's going deep.
All
That's
right.
his thing.
He's been to 30 shows.
Keep going.
How many Rush shows have you been to?
I've only seen them once, but I've been listening to them for years.
Jesus, Joe.
Dude, I don't even like them.
I got all the albums. I'm a huge fucking fan.
Who else?
I'll go
What else is on the top 5?
I like Dreamline too.
Dreamline's a great tune.
Dreamline. I actually like the Test for Echo record. Test for Echo is a really good song.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Test for Echo is a decent record.
Yeah.
I think next to Hold Your Fire, it's the worst Rush album.
You
think it's got its moments, but you think that wait, tell me why you don't like the new album.
I have no idea what's going on.
It has its moments, but like that shit, like the other night when Lifeson was playing the fucking piano.
This is like when guys talk about
was
Monty
so
Python and you don't know what that is.
Yes, I was not in on that. I made believe I loved
Yeah, but the new, but wait a minute. Why don't you like the new album though? The new album is great.
It has like
Right, the nights that say
like
me.
Headlong Flight's a pretty good song.
Headline Flight is fucking.
It's amazing.
Can you play a little bit of
Oh,
Headline
God,
Flight?
no. We've already lost the audience.
Right.
How'd you get by on me?
I think that the new Rush album is very reminiscent of the later 70s Rush stuff.
Anytime someone says reminiscent talking about music, you know they're full of shit.
Yeah. Can I ask Sal something? Sure. You're what, 22? And you've seen Rush 30 times.
Yeah, my dad's a hardcore fan, too.
That's amazing.
Your dad got you.
Are you exaggerating that number?
No, I'm not. I usually see him like 5 to 6 times per tour.
Wow.
So what, you fly out to places?
No, it's just like, they usually do like 2
Philly
shows
and all that.
like New York. We used to do Jones Beach a lot.
Here's what's funny, though.
Holy fuck.
My friend
hardcore.
Dan, who got me into Rush, I've argued him for years on certain Rush albums, and he's the one that like eventually got me to at least listen to Hold Your Fire and stuff like that. Where he's like, they're great albums, man. And I was always like, fuck those 80s albums, you know?
It's amazing how something
I like them now.
can be that important.
But he didn't seem that excited about the new album either.
And
He's
you
like,
know
it's good,
nothing
man.
about
It's good. It's not better than Snakes and Arrows. And I'm like, it kills Snakes and Arrows.
Yeah, and I wasn't a big fan of Snakes and Arrows either.
It takes you a while to warm up, Sal. That's your fucking problem.
Yeah.
You don't like anything new.
I hate everything new.
It takes you a year or two.
So you don't like the new album, and you've seen
Like
it
I said,
30
it has
times.
moments, but like that shit,
boy.
like Alex Lyston was playing fucking piano the other night, and it was just so
that was just
boring.
one
Is
song.
the new album like well received? Do people like the new album? Generally,
when it came out and I tweeted about it,
yeah,
Rush fans were tweeting me like crazy, going, "This is fucking amazing."
Well, Rush fans like it.
Sal doesn't.
Of course, Sal doesn't because he's a hipster. All
right, we're gonna bring up that.
He's not supposed to.
I see what's
If he was a hipster, he would be at a Rush show, though.
True. I don't know. Young people don't like Rush.
Ironically, at Rush, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Sam, you're a bit of a hipster yourself.
How?
No, stop.
Look at your haircut, the sweatshirt, the
He's
T-shirt.
hip-hop.
I've had
That's
this.
not
That's not hipster.
He's hip-hop.
You don't think Sam looks like a hipster at all?
No. Where's his handlebar mustache? Where's his beard? Where's
you don't think Sam just got plucked out of an action figure store in Brooklyn somewhere? I mean, come on.
He's a wrestling fan. He fucking collects those toys.
Maybe my life has turned into the hipster thing. I've been collecting action figures since I was...
So
but you got a bit of a hipster vibe.
I don't see it.
Nah, we don't see it, Joe.
I don't see it.
I live in the suburbs.
You're starting trouble.
No, I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying...
What's an overrated Rush song for you, Sal?
An overrated Rush... Well, of course, I'm going to say, probably like... I don't know, Spirit of Radio. I mean, it's a good song live, but it's like
the big single.
But it's like, of course it is. I've heard that song so many times.
People like it.
He's a big time.
But Joe, be honest. When because Rush the other night, Rush plays like a close to 3 hour long show.
We're still talking about Rush.
Seriously.
They played 9 songs from the new album.
I love it.
And the crowd was just standing there completely still.
Here's why I loved it.
Here's why I loved it, because I've heard enough live stuff of the older stuff and whatever.
It's still going.
It's great. Don't you? By the way, don't you love the technique of Opie?
About it forever.
He calls you in to talk about this, and then he trashes you for talking about it.
Don't give away my secrets.
That's fucked up.
No, all I got is my secrets.
Opie exposed.
On how this works. You want to hear our Geddy Lee story?
Yeah.
Please don't tell me he was a dick.
He was with Sting with that loot.
We had him in.
Please don't tell me he was a dick.
He was great.
Oh,
he
good.
loved us.
Oh, good.
And well, that was the day we also had one of those big, huge tit monsters in, and we suggested that, I don't know, maybe she should fucking put her tits around Geddy Lee's head.
And what'd he say?
Well, he went with it because he didn't want to look like an idiot. And we never heard from him again.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not really like...
We used to do something called, what was it, tit headphones. These girls are coming with really big tits, and then you put
top
them around.
5. That's why he's in the top 5.
Is that why top 5 and not top 3?
This is the man who brought the headphones.
Yeah. See, Ronnie's right. How do I explain that to my kid?
And I take it back.
There were no tit headphones in this business. Don't be an ass that he brought them in.
Big warm fucking tits.
Put the show
covering up your ears.
Put it behind you. When you stop
Panama
doing this,
Canal, big deal.
Yeah.
I brought out tit headphones.
Sam, let's bring back tit headphones, please.
They go with the Boobo lantern. It's
we did Boobo lantern too. Sure.
Yeah.
I think it's time to bring that back.
I remember everybody. Rush had good T-shirts though.
Rush
They had cool T-shirts.
Why are you bringing up Rush again? I didn't want to talk about this anymore.
I do. I think Sal's right, though. I mean, you can't... He's too deep. 30 shows.
Dude, I think if you hear a little bit...
He knows a little too much.
I think if you hear a little bit of a song from the new album, you might go, okay,
we tried this last week.
Yeah, but I don't... But I can't think of it at the level that Sal is.
Play a little bit of Headlong Flight, and you'll just see what I mean. Like, these guys are still playing their fucking balls.
All right, let's hear
Stick to
it.
the hook, too. The intro. Ope didn't like the intro last time.
Oh, that's the song you played last time?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then don't play that song.
You know what you should play?
I wish they would fucking open with that.
All right, let's go to break with this. Fuck it. We got Tom Papa, Joe DeRosa, and the great Ronnie B.
SiriusXM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Class. Let's set the room here. To my right here is Ronnie B. He's absolutely in my top 5, Joe DeRosa. Top 5.
Yeah, mine too.
Top 5 in radio history right there.
Well, you know what?
Ron Bennington.
You know what? To be honest, Joe is the one who brought it up, though. I mean, I wouldn't even be thought of today as a top 5 guy. And we're ordering top 5 jackets for our whole team.
Top 5ers.
The way Ron was talking, it made me feel bad. It made me sad that he seemed so down on himself.
I just
Ron down on himself.
I just on what we do as work. But I didn't understand until this commercial just how sensitive that you are.
Yeah.
And you really are a sensitive guy.
He's fragile.
A little bit sensitive.
Well, we were going to move on from Rush, but you said something as soon as we went to break, and Ronnie looks right at me, and I'm like, of course.
What?
Well, you said, meaning the look Ronnie gave me, like, we're going to bring this to the air. You cried during Spirit of Radio the other night?
Yeah. The other night. Not when he was 15.
Why don't you bring this up when we're talking about Rush?
Get to it yet. We got,
that song came on and he was in tears.
What, you thought in the second hour of us discussing Rush that we'd finally get to it? How about we want to move on from Rush?
Let me explain why I didn't bring it up. I've cried at so many fucking concerts. It wasn't really that big of a deal to me.
This is great. I want to hear all the concerts.
I cry. I'll dwell. I mean, I'm not fucking crying.
Right, we understand.
I well up from excitement. It makes me. Music hits me. Hits me right in my soul.
He's very sensitive.
So when they played Spirit of Radio,
Tom Papa rules.
Look, it doesn't.
Tom Papa has a dark side.
Yeah, he does.
It comes out on the show a little bit, but not when he's doing all these other projects.
Tom is a fucking asshole.
I mean it. You are. You're very sensitive.
All right. Anyway,
Tom is a fucking calculator. You're like, Tom's a nice guy, and he sits there with his hands folded. Nah, you're a pussy. And you're like, what the fuck?
I did not say that. I cry too, but you are sensitive.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I tear up from excitement. So when they played, listen, I was also fucking hammered. Okay,
no, but
when
why
they played it,
but you say you get very emotional at shows in general.
Yeah, shows.
Like what shows? Yeah. Let us steer this. Yeah. We'll steer you in some good directions here, Joe.
Okay.
What shows?
I got. You know what show I got really fucking worked up at was Danzig. When he did Mother, do you know that song?
Yes.
I didn't cry, but I was going batshit, man. I didn't cry, but I was going
Mother's
nuts.
a great song, but why? Yeah, but that's not a song you should be crying over.
I didn't cry
Maybe
to
it's
it.
because like he's got his own stuff going on now. You know, like it reminded him of something.
His mom.
Yeah.
Well, I know your mom went through some tough things, and
there were
everything worked out nice.
Let's not go.
Wait,
that
your mom was
direction.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Joe, I swear to you, I'm not.
I know you're not.
That was a tough time for you, and we're all happy that worked out.
Thank you.
I could be a human being.
Thank you.
But is that the reason?
No, I didn't. I keep saying I didn't cry during Mother. I was like, like I go crazy at shows. Sometimes if it hits me in the right emotional way, it'll make me tear up, though. And that's what happened with Spirit of Radio.
But when you go crazy, what happens when you're not crying? Are you dancing? Or are you?
I do this at a show. I'm literally fucking I'm air guitar.
You're one of those
air
guys?
drumming. I'm screaming.
Nice.
Are people around you backing off? Like you find yourself in a circle?
No. Everybody around you is doing that too. I go where those people go in the crowd.
You're like in the mob.
I went to see this band Into Another. They were like post-hardcore band from the 90s that I was really into. They have been broken up for 17 years. They just got back together. So we went to their New York reunion show. I fucking was in the mosh pit the entire time. I almost crowd surfed and staged. I was so into it.
Wow.
I got the shit kicked out of me.
You don't have the body for that.
He loves his music.
That's why I did stage dive. I was like, I'll fuck this up and hurt myself.
No, you'll break a hip.
But I mean, they played
Why Spirit of Radio? Let's keep you on track.
That just got me. It just brought me back. It just brought me back to when I was in college. Yeah, exactly. And when it was doing all this machinery making modern music and still be open-hearted.
I'm tearing up right now. I'm tearing up right now.
I feel like a pussy.
Felt like Geddy Lee was back in here without the fucking.
I love how he loves music, though.
He
fucking love it.
Joe's one of those guys. He knows some shit.
Do you tear up at shows?
No.
I did once.
What?
Once.
Wait, I did too once. I lost my wallet. And I was fucking screaming. Everyone out of the pit! I got $40 in there!
But mine was easy. If you weren't crying at this show, then you were just an asshole. It was after 9/11, U2, Madison Square Garden. They did one. And then they showed the names.
That's cheating.
Scrolling.
That's cheating.
Scrolling, and when the names just kept coming and coming and coming, you're like, holy fuck. Everyone knew how many people we lost. But when you see it as names just scrolling as they're singing this song, the fucking place lost.
And you were crying because you were like, let's get to the next song. This is gonna go on forever.
Yeah, because I'm a huge U2 fan.
Come on,
right.
Tom.
The tears did flow, though. It's like, fuck. How do you hold that emotion back?
That made me a little. I just got like.
And it was right
teary
after
chills just hearing that. That sounds beautiful. That sounds like a beautiful experience.
Yeah. All right.
It was really nice. Seriously.
Oh, let's all make fun of 9/11, guys. Everything's a big joke on the O&A program.
I'm still.
There has been enough time, though, hasn't there?
I'm still
we
thinking.
Can't talk about it a little bit.
I'm still in that
Not like it
position.
was yesterday.
I'm in that position where everything about 9/11 isn't beautiful yet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not beautiful yet.
I'd say 9/11 was beautiful. I'm saying the tribute was beautiful.
Maybe in another 10, 20 years, maybe I'll start seeing the beauty of 9/11, Joe.
Right. The position, I mean, the tribute was beautiful. That's what I mean.
It was a nice move, of course.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if I would call it beautiful.
You know, it was like the spring after 9/11, they did this show downtown, and it was like Bowie and Wycliffe and all these people, and everybody was down, and like, you're not that far away, you know? And people were fucking crying and dancing and going crazy. And that's what I thought. Music is better than any other art.
Right.
It's the greatest.
Yeah.
You would never be able to. You wouldn't be able to show up at any other thing and to start like giving in.
Yeah. It's the only universal language. It's literally the only universal language. You watch American bands. It's true though. You watch an American band go to a country that doesn't speak English and just fucking kill live, and it's like. Doesn't matter whether they understand what they're saying or not. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. It's just.
Maybe we should play "We Are the Dinosaurs."
That's music.
That's music.
That's
what's
art.
that?
It's an amazing song. It's an amazing kid song.
Made me cry.
I've heard it. I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Tom, have you ever cried at a show?
The Wiggles. I was like, what's happened in my life? Why am I at the Wiggles as a grown man?
How many of you guys the defining thing of see where you are? I'll be able to judge you from this with the lifeboat game, where you just say there's only so much room on a lifeboat.
Well,
There's
Joe would
3
have
seats.
to go.
3 seats. No, we're not doing it with us.
I was just
you threw me off.
You threw me off
right away.
Go ahead. I don't want to.
Here you go. Here's
Look,
the lifeboat.
because it's already
Right.
a depressing thing. We're in a lifeboat hoping to be saved, and I'm sure you're going to fucking really
I
bring
think
us
you're
down.
jumping to conclusions.
I
I think this is like a fun little game.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ron.
Go ahead.
I thought it was us in a lifeboat. We got to get rid of one of us.
But I got your number now. Now I know where you're coming from.
Go ahead,
Let's get
Ronnie.
rid of Sam.
Sam,
How dare you?
All right, here you go. Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, and Eddie Van Halen. You got 3 fucking seats, and this is up on the iBank today.
yeah, but I like the iBang, by the way. We should be promoting that.
Well, you should promote the shit out of it. But you got Clapton, Hendrix, Jimmy Page, Eddie
That's
Van Halen.
easy.
Can I start?
Yeah.
Well, the easy answer would be Eddie Van Halen. Everyone knows that.
Why?
I disagree.
Yeah, Eddie gets booted off immediately, right?
Well, because look at the other guys.
Yeah.
You know what?
Eddie's going to be
Clapton,
annoying.
Hendrix. Who was the other one?
Clapton,
Jimmy
Hendrix,
Page?
Jimmy Page.
Yeah, to me,
Eddie
the
Van
easy
Halen.
choice would be just Eddie Van
So
Halen.
easy.
You know who goes in the water first? No, not Eddie Van Halen. You throw that fucking cocksucker thief Jimmy Page into the fucking water. For stealing all those people's music and becoming a fucking icon off of the hard work of other people that he didn't fucking
Like
credit.
who do you know?
Everybody.
What do you know
that
about
fucking
this?
scumbag. Him and Plant stole fucking music from black blues artists. They stole it from their former bandmates. They
Black
put it on
blues artist. I mean, what guy in rock and roll was
That's
in...
redundant.
Yeah, exactly.
They all did that.
No.
They stepped right over
They
him
took
to
I'm
get
not
into the
saying,
Fillmore.
Hold on a second. I'm not saying they took influence from these guys. I'm saying they took fucking songs that they didn't write and put them out as Zeppelin songs and said, this is a Led Zeppelin song. It was written by us when it wasn't. That's
Like
a
what?
fucking
Which
scumbag.
songs?
There's shit all over the internet. Stairway to Heaven was ripped off.
Well, Stairway to Heaven.
You guys have talked about this a million times.
Yeah,
on
I
the
know.
show.
I don't. The Stairway to Heaven, Spirits. What Natural Way was it?
And let me say,
Play me that. Where did he?
It's.
Oh, now he is getting the disc.
Do you not know about any of this?
I
Seriously?
don't.
It's
I
fucking,
really don't.
It is
Because I know
fucking shameless.
because I know he was before he was with Led Zeppelin, he was playing for everybody.
He was in the Yardbirds. He stole songs from the Yardbirds that he wrote with the other members and just made them Zeppelin songs.
But Joe, I think back then it was kind of the Wild Wild West. You know, people were ripping off everybody. I'm not saying it was right, but it seemed like it was the thing people were doing and everyone knew they were doing it.
You know what? I'd still rather hang out with him than Eddie Van Halen.
You know what? Sinatra never wrote one note of his fucking of his own music. Every fucking show at the beginning of every song, this is a song by Van Heusen and whoever. He gave fucking credit to everybody. And if there was somebody that you could make the argument didn't have to, it was fucking Frank Sinatra. And that guy did it. They were fucking
So who did Jimi Hendrix
Ron, is he right?
Well, the thing is about Jimmy Page and Led Zeppelin, but if you even go back to the Chicago blues guys, a lot of them do the same licks. Those licks just come up over and over and over.
Yeah, they're old school blues. Licks.
Yeah. Well, but what you're saying is credit if you're going to do it. Some of those guys should have got paid.
Well, there's that, but there's also, and I'm upset that I'm not knowledgeable enough to recall the specific songs. But there were specific songs. It wasn't just licks. There was songs on early Led Zeppelin albums where it's like, no, this is an old blues song, and they didn't give the credit to the guy that
I can
wrote
help
it.
you out. Zeppelin really liked Willie Dixon and Howling Wolf.
Okay.
Nice.
But so did everybody.
Yeah, they kind of.
Ron, here's this.
Hold on, I got one for you.
Okay.
All right, even though we've done this a million times, but it's all right. Here's Willie Dixon and Zeppelin, Whole Lot of Love. Zeppelin made it better. I like Willie Dixon, actually.
No, but here's
I like
the
some of
thing.
the old blues guys.
Look on the album. Did they say they wrote it? Did they say they wrote that song?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that's the problem.
I think that was the problem.
Can you play the Willie Dixon again?
Well, there's another one. I Can't Quit You, Baby. We know that song, right? Willie Dixon.
For a
All
while.
right, it might be a little similar.
The thing, they actually did this without, and then put.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yes, Ron.
No credit anywhere.
I believe so. And then I think in later albums they did start kind of like doing that Slash Willie Dixon type.
Yeah, because they
shit.
got called on it. There was the guy.
I don't have the Stairway to Heaven one, E-Rock. We used to play that one too.
Ron, there was a guy that compiled all these, and he started going on radio shows. He blew the fucking lid off of it, so to speak, like Deep Throat, and he fucking, and all of a sudden they started getting called on it. And this was to me proof of their guilt when they interviewed Page and Plant separately about this, and they would say, "Page, what the fuck?" And Page would go, "Well, Plant was doing it too. Ask him." And then they'd interview Plant. Plant would go, "Well, Page was doing it too. Ask him." That's what you do when you're guilty. You know what I mean? You pass the fucking buck.
What was the car crash?
What was it?
Ronnie had it with it.
Oh, he hit the thing.
But honestly, it was perfect. It really was perfect. Wow, fuck, Ron. I didn't realize how good you were. Holy fuck. Doesn't even have to see. Doesn't even have to see the
top five. Definitely top five.
Wow.
No look past.
I think we got to move him up to top three now, Jack.
Here's the thing. Why were you getting rid of Eddie Van Halen?
I don't know. I think the other guys are just
a little more classic.
Yeah,
they hold up a little more, don't they?
Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Eddie Van Halen knows how to play the fucking guitar. Who's your guy?
I'm getting rid of fucking Page only because.
See, I'm a huge Zeppelin fan, so that's tough.
I was
then you like
I fucking
Thieves.
saw him.
Huh?
Then you like Thieves.
Yeah, I guess so.
Why don't you go pat the guy on the back that just robbed the fucking grocery store down the street?
I mean, the Stones did the same thing, didn't they? I mean,
they actually credit everybody.
They do?
Not only, but Keith Richards will give a fucking history lesson to white people. Like when they came over, they were like, "Here's your music. Here's the people you're not even paying attention to." They were very good about that.
Well, I got to do this, and then we could see who we would kick out of the boat there. Spirit. The song was called Taurus. Okay. Spirit had a song called Taurus in 1968. Listen to this, just a piece. Wait till you hear this.
I know. I've heard.
Oh,
this
you know this one.
I don't know this.
I love it.
All right. We'll look at you for your reaction. Okay. Let's see if this is close to Stairway to Heaven from Zeppelin. And that came out in 71, 3 years later. This is Spirit, Taurus. If you didn't know better, you would swear that's Stairway to Heaven live somewhere.
You would think it was Michael Bolton's version of Stairway to Heaven.
That's kind
of weird.
It was their biggest song.
So how did everybody miss it at the time?
That's a really good question.
They probably didn't. It just, there wasn't YouTube and
But how did Spirit
Twitter
sit there and go, holy fuck, they're making millions off this song, and they obviously ripped off our riff.
They probably got a fucking shit contract and weren't able to make any fucking power moves based on it. You know what I mean?
They said, what are we going to do?
They used to fuck those guys left and right. Dude, I heard a story once about Muddy Waters, who's like one of the most famous blues musicians
Love Muddy Waters.
ever. Somebody told me a story about when they went into, I forget what record label used to put all those guys out. They went, this was
Checkers?
In the 60s.
Yeah.
No.
That's the president's dog.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
What year is this?
Yeah. They went to his label. He was painting the lobby. And he was painting, that's how bad his fucking contract was. He had to paint the fucking lobby of this place. He was keeping the roof on top of it. And he had to paint the lobby because he didn't have any fucking money, man.
When the guy told you that story, did he cry?
I was jerking off. So I was already weeping.
What other concerts have you cried at?
I'm having a hard time remembering right now, and it's not because I'm exaggerating. I'm just having a hard time remembering. I cried a lot of movies. I could rattle those off a little more quickly. Right. I cry every time I watch Malcolm X at the end when he gets killed. I cry every time I watch The Untouchables when they kill Sean Connery.
Like, cry?
You get tears in your eyes. I'm not uncontrollably weeping. I cried. Oh, here's a real queefy one. Here you go, guys.
Queefy.
Yeah, because I haven't learned my lesson with giving my friends information on this show.
Please share.
Fucking Love Actually fucking kills me, and Grumpy Old Men. Every Christmas I watch those two movies. Woo!
You have every Christmas?
What part of Love Actually?
Just at the fucking when they're all fucking at when they have their moments at the end of the airport, and when the what part really gets me when the rock guy goes to his manager and tells him like, I love you, dude. You're my best friend in the fucking world. You're the only idiot I want to be with on like that's fucking really touching to me. Grumpy Old Men when Mathel goes to the hospital after Jack Lemmon has the heart attack, and they're like, are you friend or family? And he doesn't know how to answer it because they've been fighting for 30 years. Oh, it's fucking beautiful.
Do we have the scene that Joe cries at?
Love Actually?
It's not going to make me cry now. I gotta sit through the whole movie.
It's beautiful, though. Look.
They're
embracing.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Football. Sorry.
Man cave.
Yeah, let's get to
no emotions.
What about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Oh, my God. If you don't cry at that movie,
when he brings John Candy home?
If you don't cry, I mean this with all my heart. If you don't cry at the end of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, you are not a fucking human being.
Sure. I'm an easy target.
Huh?
Oh, my God. How brutal.
How brilliant was John Candy?
Phenomenal.
Holy
phenomenal in that.
You know, they tried to cut that scene out of the movie.
No.
The scene Tom just said. Yeah, you want to take shots at me? That's fine. I'm an easy target. They wanted to cut it out of the movie because they said it was too fucking sad. It's like,
it's amazing.
That's the whole movie.
When you realize his wife's dead.
At the end, he still loves her.
Who didn't see that coming, right?
Her just as much.
Oh, my God.
She's been dead for 10 years.
Still talks to her.
He's sitting in the fucking train station by himself.
Now I'm with you, Joe. See how this works on this show? It was easy to make fun, but brutal.
He's just on the road all the time with his rings, his shower curtain rings.
Oh, it's fucking
brutal. You know what? I like me. My wife likes me. My customers like me. Oh, my God, man.
What a loser, right?
I'm the genuine article.
What a loser.
Did he say genuine article or the real deal, something like that?
I'm the real article.
Real article, something like that. Do you have that scene?
I'm the real article.
Oh, that is brutal. Candy had a way of doing that, man. Really fucking funny, but some real shit in that guy.
That is the harshest.
When you're that fat.
That is the harshest.
What was it?
Sometimes that's all you
you're
need.
that fat, it's easy. It really is.
Here it is, right?
You have a lot of pain.
You got to play the whole scene though, because you got to get the flip flop.
Let's play the whole movie.
Yeah,
We got
why
another
not? What
couple
else are we
hours.
doing? It's Friday. We're just fucking around, man. Just getting at 10 o'clock.
This is the harshest emotional flip flop I've ever seen in a fucking movie, where they lead
I don't
you
know.
one way.
I don't know where they're going to pick up with this.
You know, everything is not an anecdote.
Oh, right.
You have to discriminate. You choose things that are funny or mildly amusing or interesting. You're a miracle. Your stories have none of that. They're not even amusing accidentally. Honey, I'd like you to meet Del Griffith. He's got some amusing anecdotes for you. Oh, and here's a gun so you can blow your brains out. You'll thank me for it. I could tolerate any insurance seminar. For days, I could sit there and listen to them go on and on with a big smile on my face. They'd say, how can you stand it? And I'd say, because I've been with Del Griffith. I can take anything. You know what they'd say? They'd say, I know what you mean. Shower curtain ring guy. It's like going on a date with a chatty Cathy doll. Oh, my God. I expect you to have a little string on your chest, that I pull out and have to snap back. Except I wouldn't pull it out and snap it back. You would. And by the way, when you're telling these little stories, here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
The look Candy's giving them. What? Come on.
They cut it.
Why would they cut
On
it?
the wings of love, up in the bird.
No, you go right to the next one.
It's all Steve Martin for me, for that whole thing. No,
Yeah,
this is,
Oh, here it is. All right, go back.
Go right ahead if it makes you
Go
feel
back,
any
go
better.
back, go back. Yeah, we can.
You want to hurt me? Go right ahead if it makes you feel any better. I'm an easy target. Yeah, you're right. I talk too much.
They didn't need the music.
I also listen too much.
The music was good. 80s.
I could be a cold-hearted cynic like you. But I don't like to hurt people's feelings. Well, you think what you want about me. I'm not changing. I like me.
No confidence.
My wife likes me. My customers like me. Because I'm the real article. What you see is what you get.
That music, that's John Hughes, though, right?
Yeah. Doesn't make it timeless.
What, the music?
Yeah, he didn't need the music there. That scene was so fucking powerful.
That is.
And then he goes.
I gotta say,
then he
though,
goes
be
to
quiet
bed.
that you're a pussy.
Then he goes to bed. They're sharing the bed, and he's kind of looking over, hoping that he got the point, and now they're going to be friends.
Oh, dude, it's fucking brutal.
But-
It's a brutal movie. I love
But
it.
what about the fucking funniest thing ever is when he wakes up and he's fucking driving and you're going the wrong way and he's like, you don't even know which way we're going. Right. It's so fucking great. And
That's
he's
great.
like, yeah,
The drinking thing.
It's like he's fucking drinking.
That's so funny. I love when they're in the diner after the kid robs their room. Yeah. And they're going through their wallets. They have no money left. And John Candy goes, I think we were robbed. And Steve Martin goes, you think so? That fucking retard voice.
Fuck.
Thanksgiving. That's when you gotta
Thanksgiving.
watch it.
Yeah.
We'll be watching this movie,
Thanksgiving
right?
time.
Yeah.
That and Home Alone, it's a perfect night. An Afghan and some
Home
mint
Alone is
tea.
a Christmas movie.
Yeah, but it launches into the Christmas season.
There you go.
Save.
Yeah.
No, it's
go
true.
From
It's
one to
the-
the other.
Yeah, that's the
No,
holiday
you
season.
watch that. You watch that after Thanksgiving. After you eat.
I save it for Christmas.
You save it for Christmas, really?
Yeah, you got to save the Christmas movies for Christmas.
Do you watch all of them or just the first
Save
one?
it for Christmas. Christmas already started. Target's running commercials already.
Yeah?
This is the season.
Yeah, we're
I
in
don't
it.
play by those rules.
The only Christmas movies for me are about the birth of our Lord. Anything else?
There you go, Ronnie.
I call it secular. I call
tell
it
'em.
secular.
Right. I totally get that.
Did you see the trailers for A Christmas Story Part 2 that just came out?
Oh, no.
Part 2.
They made a sequel, which makes no sense because the guy that wrote The Christmas Story is dead.
Right.
He was great.
Yeah, it was Gene Shepard, right?
Amazing.
They
Top
made a
five.
sequel.
He's a top fiver.
Yeah.
He's a radio guy.
Yeah, he's a radio guy.
I'd give him top 3.
Okay.
But Gene Shepard's dead. They made a sequel, and
hold on, here it is.
It's the most beloved Christmas story of all time.
I didn't even know this was happening.
And this holiday season, Ralphie is back.
Ralphie?
Now he's a bigger kid with an even bigger wish.
Holy jeez.
A Christmas Story 2, the official sequel. The timeless tradition continues with all your favorite characters. Randy.
Zurg's minions are everywhere. I just can't trust that son of a...
Ralphie's best pals, Flick and Schwartz.
Oh, here we go. Elf fight.
Mom.
For Pete's sake, no. I heard you sniffle.
And the old man.
It's a clicker! Friggin' nugget!
In an all-new, heartwarming movie.
I want to see what it's like behind the wheel just once.
To brighten your holiday.
Oh my God!
This holiday season,
it looks terrible, but it's
A slinky? You waited 2 hours in line to ask for a bed spring?
the fun is just beginning.
Piggies will hire anybody on Christmas. We'll work our butts off 12 hours a day. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here.
And family is a gift.
You should be honored your father lets you go with him. Ralphie didn't get to go fish until he was well past puberty. Ralphie has all the luck.
That keeps on giving.
This is for you from Aunt Clara. That is too adorable for words.
I can think of a few.
A Christmas Story 2, the official sequel.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's risen from the grave.
This is the greatest Christmas in history.
Own it on Blu-ray combo pack or download to own. DVD 2-pack also available.
Wait, it's not going to be in
Straight
theaters?
to DVD.
Yeah.
I thought that would be in
great,
theaters.
The look of it is pretty.
It looks like
on the money though. Like it's shot. It looks exactly the same as the first one, right, guys?
Why would they do that? Money, obviously. You're right.
Money. Nothing matters but fuck.
Yeah, we think they have
And-
actual respect for
art.
But of course not.
Remember,
wow, that looks
that's like as
horrendous.
bad of a sequel as like remember Arthur 2.
Yeah, of course.
That made me cry. I cry at that every time.
Because he was sober through it, right?
Yeah, sober and...
Yeah, why would you
Yeah,
do
they're
that?
like, fuck, we shouldn't have killed off John Gielgud. Let's bring him back as a ghost.
Right.
Fucking movie stinks.
Most sequels aren't that great.
I
I'll
cry
tell
at
you,
that.
Godfather 2.
Godfather 2 is great.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I yelled out, this blows in the theater. What are you doing? You fucking ruined it. We used to love that movie.
Did you ever see The Simpsons where they're walking out of Empire Strikes Back and there's like this huge line and Homer's like, yeah, right. Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. I'm supposed to buy that.
All right, we'll do another break. So you would get rid of Paige, huh?
I would get rid of
You're not
or
a-
I'd get rid of Hendrix.
You weren't a Zeppelin guy?
No.
No.
I didn't like all the fucking mythology fucking things.
Well, yeah, it got a little
The
weird.
fucking snow Vikings and all that shit. I come from the land of the ice, and no, you don't. That got embarrassing.
But they tried. They were living in castles and stuff.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
So they tried at least.
Androgynous homoerotic guy. I'm a Viking.
It just made no sense. And I always, it just sounded like a Czech singer to me. I think there's something a little embarrassing
Really?
about Led Zeppelin. And now that I know that they're just fucking thieves and just gutting fucking homeless black guys who wrote music, no, I'll never like them. That's it.
Fucking yeah.
Ronnie's a big Stones fan.
Although, Eddie Van Halen getting killed in this poll. I think because of you. I think you threw Eddie under the bus. The man who reinvented the guitar, according to Frank Zappa.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
What did Frank Zappa know?
You fucking...
Zappa was a hack, too. He stole from everybody, didn't he?
He got a little wordy with his songs. No, I did. To a point. I didn't go too deep with Frank Zappa.
You didn't? No. You really
deep.
dug into those Tesla albums, though, didn't you?
No.
Queensryche?
No.
Who else were you into, Hope?
I played all that shit on the radio, but no.
Zappa.
I was a U2
Who
fan.
mattered to you?
Zappa was like...
The Police early on. Zeppelin, I was into Sabbath for a while, and then I moved more into Zeppelin. Had a friend that was obsessed with Jethro Tull.
Didn't you feel like you were supposed to like Zappa?
Yeah. Yeah, like you
were supposed to like Monty Python?
Yeah, you weren't cool if you didn't.
Well, you know, some people just don't get it, you know?
Yeah. But you're not going to get everything.
What's there to get?
It's just over a lot of people's heads.
A lot of people's heads.
So we're not as good as you.
That's basically what I'm saying.
Who's better, Rush or Zappa?
Zappa, excuse me.
Zappa?
I mean, he was a genius, obviously. I don't know, I just didn't...
It's high concept stuff. You got to get it.
How would you sum it up?
Yeah, you're really not.
If you were to explain Zappa to a kid who's never heard of it,
right?
In all honesty, it's hard because there's so many different genres and phases that he goes through. It's really hard to go. He was this. I would just say that he really was a composer in the truest sense because he did write everything from symphonic orchestral music to garage band rock. He composed every type of music there was to compose, or many of them. But if I was going to tell somebody to get into him and they said, what's the best stuff, I'd say like the jazz fusion stuff he did in the 70s is like the coolest, most mind-blowing stuff.
Jazz is a little rough.
Well, it's not jazz. Jazz fusion rock, which is way more like Chick Corea and like electric.
All that stuff's rough.
Piano type stuff.
A lot of loot.
Rough, why? You hate it?
I don't hate it, but I don't, search it out.
Search what out?
It's not on your iPod.
I could
or
hear
Walkman.
I don't know much about jazz. I could hear stuff and go, all right, I could maybe sit through this, but
jazz and jazz fusion are two very different things.
Like I like Miles Davis
or Cole Porter.
Yeah, but jazz and jazz fusion rock are like worlds apart.
Yeah, I understand that.
I like the classics.
I never got into jazz fusion at all.
Thelonious Monk, you like?
Old school jazz, I could hear it. I could go into.
But do you like jazz?
I wouldn't search it.
Rock? You like Traffic and.
I like Traffic.
Yeah, well then you like jazz fusion.
No,
rock.
I understand there were some elements of jazz in some of the bands we listened to.
Why wasn't Zappa popular?
But there's a difference between jazz and jazz fusion rock.
I understand. I understand all that. No, I'm not even getting mad.
That whole, because it's a Long Island, they have this little thing of, everyone thinks we're in the Queensryche and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm uneducated as far as jazz goes. I don't know much about it. I got turned on to Kind of Blue from Miles Davis. Loved that album. But I couldn't tell you why.
That's a jazz album.
Yeah, I know. I said old school jazz.
We're talking about jazz fusion.
No,
rock.
I know, and I told you I didn't get that at all.
Coltrane.
Or the big jazz fusion bands.
Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. I'm joking.
Kind of Blue.
I'm joking. I know.
Amazing.
Jazz fusion.
Jazz fusion with Traffic. Chick Corea's Electric Band is a good
Traffic
one.
Was jazz fusion?
Yeah, there's
jazz elements.
Those guys,
aren't they rock?
Guys love it. Yeah.
Fuck.
You don't even know.
No.
Chick Corea.
Chick Corea's Electric Band? Yes, totally. Oh, like the Mahavishnu Orchestra.
We're shitting on Sting for playing his lute.
Yeah, we should go.
No, John McLaughlin, one of the greatest guitar players in rock.
I just don't know anything about this stuff.
Well, you asked me about jazz fusion bands. I'm telling you the names of a few jazz fusion bands.
Here's the thing. This situation, because you grew up in the suburbs, that whole thing fucks with you, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
You're like, we lost the Islanders.
Of course.
Now everyone's making fun of the music we grew up listening to.
No, I love that the Islanders moved to Brooklyn.
Did you really?
Yeah, because they were going to fucking leave. It was looking like Kansas City. So I'm at least happy they're staying in the area.
Do you hate that they kept the name Islanders, though?
No.
Brooklyn Islanders?
No, because if you know, like Los Angeles Lakers, that's based on when they were in Minnesota. That's tradition. They try to keep the name as they move them around.
That's old school.
Like Chick Corea.
This is great stuff.
There's not many lakes in Los Angeles.
Who was better, Zappa or Chick Corea?
Zappa.
Zappa?
Yeah.
Who's better, the Stones or Zappa?
Zappa.
Oh, my God.
No, really?
Zappa's better than everybody to me.
I'm not, because he loves Zappa.
Right.
He loves Zappa.
He's one of your guys, right?
He's my favorite musician ever.
All right, then.
He loves them. It touches his heart.
Can you sing along to the songs?
Some of them. Some of them are.
Don't eat that yellow snow. You just fucking whistle that on the way home.
Genius.
Dynamo hum. You're like, oh. But he purposely went out. And the musicians in that band were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Everybody he played with was.
Yeah, they're amazing. I like Zappa so much that I go see Zappa tribute bands because it's that impressive to watch musicians be able to pull the music off. It's like going to see somebody play, to me, it's like going to see somebody play like Beethoven's Fifth or whatever. You just go to hear the music and see somebody actually play it accurately and play it well. I would never go see another tribute band.
Intellect or something.
He is.
Does Zappa make you cry? Is there any parts of Zappa that make you cry?
Oh, that is a concert that I got a little weepy at. I went to see Dweezil Zappa do Zappa Plays Zappa, and they piped, and they had this guy Ray White, who was one of the Zappa alumni with them, which I was very excited. I didn't know he'd be there, and it was cool to see him, so I was already worked up. And then they opened with one of my favorite songs by him, and then in the chorus, like when it hits the really big chorus, they pumped Zappa's vocals through the monitors, and that got me teary. I got so excited, I got teary.
Nice.
But it's not crying
so
like
Dweezil
sad.
was too,
it's emotional.
Yeah. Dweezil was too lazy to play that part?
No, he played it.
What a hack.
Yeah, what a hack.
He played it.
Was he entitled? He said, fuck this. I'll have my dad sing this part.
Oh, he was kind of giving a little gift to the fans.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Would you keep him in the lifeboat?
Who, Dweezil?
Yeah.
No, maybe we could do like Rock and Roll Sons. That would be a great thing.
Rock and Roll Sons.
Who stays in the lifeboat?
We did an hour or two on our show, siblings of big, huge rock stars. Holy fuck, the drop-off is brutal. We listened to Phil Collins' son. Who else, E-Rock, do you remember?
Phil Collins' son.
Phil Collins' son had a little something on. Oh, fuck, I can't remember
Bob
now.
Dylan's?
Yeah,
Bob
Dylan.
Dylan's son,
Did you do McCartney?
We did McCartney's son, thank you.
Johnny Cash.
We did Jim Croce's son. There's a bunch of them. Right? Sean Lennon.
Vanilla Ice.
Like Sean Lennon?
You know, I saw him at the Central Park concert stage, and I was a little frustrated. It was too artsy. I'm like, God damn, he sounds so much like his fucking father. People don't realize Sean Lennon sounds a lot
exactly
like John
him.
But his influence is so much his mom. It's almost to me a shame that his father wasn't around a little longer to show him a few. No. Do you?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, I think she's amazing.
In what way?
She's the one John Lennon picked. That's all I ever need to know. I'm like, I'll fucking listen. Let's do this.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know much about her. I can't like front. Do you really like her?
The Plastic Ono band was fucking great. Yeah, she was in that band.
Yeah.
Is that good stuff? I always thought it would just be annoying to hear because she goes,
Yeah, I love that. I just love it. She's just fucking losing it. And then, like, a couple years later, punk comes out. You know what I mean? Like, it literally was like early punk. It was literally like, I'm going to grab a fucking...
Were they influenced by Yoko Ono? Would you say?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to check it out now.
You've seen Rock and Roll Circus, right?
Yeah.
Where she ruins the big fucking jam session?
That's hilarious.
You've seen that, right?
Yeah, it's one of the funniest
You got to
things
be
I've ever
honest,
seen.
she ruins it. You got some big names on that stage, and then she's the vocalist screaming.
But see, here's the thing. It really depends on what you think of as ruin it.
Well, who was on that stage? Let's break this down. You had Lennon.
Yeah.
You had
Chuck
Hendrix.
Berry.
Chuck Berry. No, you had...
Oh, I'm talking about the clip with Chuck Berry and Lennon on stage, and she starts singing in the middle of the song, and Chuck Berry goes... No, really? Yeah, you never saw that? No, I thought it's fucking hilarious. Bert showed it to me. I was laughing my
I got to
balls
see
off.
that. I guess it's one of those you either love her or hate her, but there's...
Well, I think I do think
Oh, wait, here it is. Chuck Berry, John Lennon, and Yoko Ono, Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, it takes a minute. They're playing for a little while before she jumps
All right,
in.
move it.
Bringing
move it
your
along.
girl along.
Yeah, keep going until she starts moving toward that mic. How cool is that? Chuck Berry and John Lennon. Come on!
Look
Do
at
that
Chuck
again.
Berry's eyes
Do
when
that
she
again.
starts singing.
They're popping out of his head.
Holy
Show her
But
singing.
if he-
His eyes are popping out of his
He
head.
would definitely shit on her if he had the chance.
Oh,
That's the
fuck
thing.
yeah, he would. He would.
Have you guys ever seen Chuck Berry?
No.
Wow.
Live?
It's yeah.
No,
It's the
Yeah, I
most
saw him with Ronnie Wood.
fucking amazing thing because he'll just play with local bands, right?
Right.
Like local kids.
Well, he needs the
and
money.
They have to, but they have to pay him cash
Yeah.
up front, and he walks on, and he's got his fucking guitar with him, and he's just like meeting them in front of me. He takes the guitar out of the case, he plugs in, starts to fucking play, and 30 minutes later, he fucking puts the guitar in the case,
walks off
see everybody, and heads to his car.
So you can hire
Got
for
a fucking bag of cash, and he's carrying
You
it.
can hire him for a half hour, obviously.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, that if you just, some promoter put the thought to it, you could, instead of him getting fucking 30 grand for the night, he could do a fucking $40 million tour.
Right.
But he's like, I don't trust those fucking guys.
No kidding.
Just give me
He's still playing?
Yeah, he still plays in St. Louis.
How old is he?
He's like in his 80s or something,
230.
And he can still like
it's the same exact, chords.
But I mean, it doesn't. You're not like going, "Oh, this is an old man still trying to play." You're like, "No, this fucker can still play."
No, because the whole thing sounds like no one gives a fuck. It's like he showed up. He doesn't know the musicians he's playing with.
It's an old blues guy.
And you're just yelling out, "Hey!"
That's kind of cool.
An old black guy with a guitar.
Why does he wear the yacht hat too?
He's a sailor. He loves the sea.
That might go against his
He
roots.
loves the sea.
Might go against his roots, huh?
You can do a 30 for 30 with him, Tom, where you just yell stuff. You don't have those talking heads. Joe Montana wasn't going to give up.
Chuck Berry.
Yeah, hardcore.
Well, I mean...
He looks better than Keith Richards.
Oh, Keith, you read his book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little wordy,
It was
huh?
great.
Yeah.
I read
thought
it
it
on
was
vacation.
great.
It was 500-600 pages,
Yeah,
wasn't
but I flew through it, which I don't normally do
I read
on a
the
big book.
entire thing. I enjoyed it. I just wish he had maybe an editor. Would have helped that book.
He did repeat himself a couple times.
A little bit.
They played last night in
Stones?
Paris. Yeah.
And 50 years.
Twitter loves it.
Their new single is fucking great.
I think it's phenomenal.
I loved
too,
it.
man.
We played it on the
great.
show a couple weeks ago. I liked it
Oh,
a
yeah?
lot.
I haven't heard it.
It fucking sounds like old Stones.
It sounds like
It's great.
70s Stones. It sounds like
Zappa?
No, not so much Zappa, but
Tom, you're just such a fucking cunt.
You get very unusual.
You're saying it's great.
Fucking prods
You're saying it's great.
He just just.
You got
said
unusual.
it was great. I
Like
thought,
top five. Like
What's your
Zappa?
top 5 bands? Joe.
top 5 bands. That's a good
Top
one for
5
Joe.
I know one is Faith No More, which is strange
Bands.
to me.
No, let me-
Bad Religion.
Hold on a second.
Faith
Let me.
No More?
I love Faith
Yeah,
No
it was one of his
Let
big-
me ask this: you want my top 5 favorite overall musical whatever, or top
Overall.
5 bands?
Bands. Just
Because I don't count Zappa as a band. I count him as a solo artist. Do you mean that plus
The
bands?
mother of
But you-
invention.
he had a nice band behind him.
But it was, you know what I'm saying? I break it. You want? I'm serious.
God.
All right.
Most
Way to
people
ruin
would
the
consider
game.
Frank
All right,
Zappa.
fine.
a band.
Frank Zappa and Bad Religion are my 2 favorites. Okay.
He hit it again.
Faith No More.
Top 5?
Oh yeah,
Easily.
His is weird.
Easily. Spoon.
Spoon?
Yep.
Are you going to get a Spoon tattoo?
No, I wouldn't. No, but they are my top 5 favorite bands ever of all time.
I don't even know if I know a song by Spoon.
They're
I know
not.
if I heard it.
They're not. I mean, they're popular in an independent circuit sense, but they're not like
All right, who
they're
else?
not way out there.
One more.
Rush. I'll put Rush in there, and then I got to pick at least one rap group because I listened to a lot of rap growing up. I'll say Cool Keith. My favorite
This is the
rapper.
weirdest top 5 I've ever heard.
That's why I asked for it.
It really is amazing.
And he goes. He's not going in one direction. His heart's open to music. It's
Yeah.
right there for him.
And Sinatra too. I'm a big Sinatra fan.
Yeah.
Big,
No, I know.
big.
Frank Jr. or just Frank?
Frank Jr. Frank Jr.'s better. I mean, it didn't really get going until Frank Jr. stepped in.
He didn't have much of a relationship with his father. You know that, right?
Spoon.
Well, he conducted his orchestra.
Yeah.
in the final
near
year.
the end, Frank
Yeah.
finally threw him a bone.
And his
Once
dad-
he was kidnapped, he lost
It's
the love for
legendary.
him.
He didn't really acknowledge his son for the longest fucking time.
Until he was kidnapped.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he gave him some work.
I saw him at Radio City. That was the first concert I ever saw.
Who?
Frank?
Frank Sinatra. At Radio
great.
City Music Hall. Don Rickles opened up. It was the first concert I
Mine
ever
was-
saw. I was in high school.
Mine was Southside Johnny. Yours is
No, they're
way
both-
better.
No, they're both about the same. They're both the same.
Where he did a 30-minute version of Having a Party. Someone didn't have a lot of songs back
Tried
then.
to help spread the rumor that Springsteen might show.
Because that happened once, right?
I was like,
Because there was one time.
some talk about
No,
Springsteen
man, there's a
showing.
buzz. There's a buzz in the parking lot.
That's Bruce. I think that's Bruce's car.
What was
I saw Bruce's security guard. I'm telling you, he's here.
Who's there? What's their song? I've heard I've heard their name a million times. Southside Johnny. I don't know.
We're having a party.
We're having a party.
No. They do.
Everybody's coming.
Oh, I think I know that.
On the radio.
They did.
It's no Spoon.
My Spoon. D-Rock, you got the one Spoon song I know?
What's the big Spoon? So you'll know this one. This is our prom song.
You wouldn't know this song. I turn my camera on. I turn my camera on. The one you know.
And I like that.
Yeah, it's great. They're
I do like that
great.
song. No, I don't know this, D-Rock.
How many albums does Spoon have?
Like 6.
Oh, maybe I do know this.
They've been around since the early 90s.
Got a
They've been
big
around
radio
for a while.
play. Don't you ever?
No, but I turn my camera on's the big one.
They sound like Cake a little bit, huh?
Yeah, but they're...
I loved Cake.
Cake's cool, but like
Cake was
Britt Daniel, the singer and Spoon, he actually sings. Like he doesn't just go, and she walked into the front door and I ate a fucking can of peaches. You know, like I'm not shitting on Cake, but
Cake
the guy
was good,
kind of talks his way through things.
Cake was good.
What are you shrugging about over there?
I like Cake.
I'm not saying they're bad.
I think it's a good singer.
I think if you put Cake head to head with Spoon.
I think he just talks stuff.
At times, I guess.
I want a short jacket.
Cake's got a little
talking.
Yeah, there's a little novelty element to Cake.
And he acknowledges Frank Sinatra, right? While Frank Sinatra sings Stormy Weather and
Men Without Hats.
Spiders and Flies, I think it is.
Men Without Hats is in your top
I like
5.
that song.
Yeah.
That's definitely in my lifeboat.
I don't know if you
Yeah,
like
this one with the Italian leather fucking couch or whatever. This is one of my favorite songs by Cake.
I think
Let's see if he
Cake
sings.
head to head Cake Spoon. You got to give it Cake, right?
Yeah.
Spoon takes cake.
Can't eat the cake without a spoon.
Let's get to the hook here. Love this song. Here's Frank Sinatra. What's the name of the song?
He's singing.
Yeah, all right. I love that guy. You can fade it out.
So you got a Zappa tattoo. Would you get another tattoo of one of those Bad Religion? Is your number one?
I'm getting a Bad Religion tattoo.
You are?
That was serious, dude.
Wow.
It's the way
Fancy
you
Bad
say
Religion.
shit. You know, I'm getting a Bad Religion tattoo.
Definitely. Where?
I'm a heavy kind of cat, you know?
You are pretty heavy, Johnny.
What's your favorite Bad Religion song?
Ever? Oh, fuck, that's a tough one. Probably Stranger Than Fiction.
Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah, I was thinking
Probably.
that myself.
We're here?
I don't know Bad Religion.
What's that song?
Oh, I know this. I have heard it.
Best song ever?
Not ever, but it's probably my favorite Bad Religion.
Oh, they're like The Clash.
Sure, they're punk. They're very melodic. They do a lot of harmonies.
All right, we lost Ron, so we're going to take a break and get the show back on track.
I'm loving it.
He's hitting his phone. We got to take a break here. You want to play the new Stones in a break?
Yeah.
Just fucking around, right?
I'd love to hear that.
Can we do a mix of that and Spoon? Can we mash it up?
We are not going to talk about music when we get back. I promise people.
Tom is like...
We went a little too far with the music thing, I think. What?
Football when we get back.
Let's do football.
Yeah, football. We got a big weekend coming up.
Hey, I'm going to go lay down.
You don't like football?
I got nothing.
Joe.
I don't watch sports at all.
We could.
I know.
No, I'm not saying anything.
You would cry so much at those games.
I probably would.
You would.
I get into the games if I want. I can't get into football. A little bit, like when it gets into crunch time, if it's a close game, but it's just too much stopping and starting. I don't enjoy it.
It's actually too much now anyway. There's too much fucking football.
There's a game every fucking night now. Got to if you want to keep up. You do fantasy football?
No, I just quit the other day. I gave my team away.
You just quit?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I gave my team to Chris Stanley because Fez fucking purposely lost to me.
What?
Yeah.
What, he didn't set his lineup properly?
No, he fucking didn't set his
Why?
lineup. Because I guess he was afraid to win.
Ah.
Like I bust his balls about it. So I'm like,
let's talk about how exhausting that is after the
No,
break.
I don't want to do that. That'll make him cry. My partner cries all the time.
No, I know.
He's a crier.
I know. He's a nice guy, though.
He's wonderful.
You and Fez would get along very well, Joe.
He's a wonderful
Yeah,
guy.
you
He's
guys-
very
Maybe I
sensitive.
could be his first.
You could watch Love Actually together.
You
You
know
guys
what?
could have
You could do worse. You could do worse.
You would be great.
He could do better, is really what you should be saying.
We should have a Love Actually party.
I ought to-
invite both of them.
I want to do something where we bring Tom Green in.
Yeah, Tom Green's outside the studio. He's going to join us next. You guys promoting anything, Tom Papa?
Yeah, November 13th, I'm doing a live Come to Papa show at the Village Underground here in New York. If you go to the Comedy Cellar, you can get in for free.
Nice.
Jim Norton will be on the show, and a couple other comedians. It's kind of like an old-style radio show.
Very cool.
Nice. What are we waiting for up now? YouTube.com/The Warner Sound and Levity Live the weekend of November 9th. Please come out.
What are we waiting for?
And Weeze loved you, by the way.
I love Weeze.
He's my man.
I love Weeze. The greatest.
my mentor.
The greatest. So I'll be at Levity Live, but that Levity Live's in West Nyack. That's not the Weeze Club.
No, I know, but I
yeah.
forgot to mention that.
He's the greatest.
He loved you up there in
Fucking
Rochester.
greatest, man. We had a blast up there.
Who? Weeze from Spoon?
From Spoon?
Weeze got me out of Woodstock.
Are you promoting
99
anything, Ron?
Yeah, I'll be doing the Ron and Fez show at 11.
He's sick because he could take the day off because he did this, but he refuses.
And then the
He will not do that to the people.
You're going from this to your show?
iBang.com. Yeah.
Wow.
The
I really
iBang,
like your show.
The iBang.com.
I really do.
Well, it's really nice.
I've listened to it for a long time.
One of
You
the
should
top
do a
fives.
show.
Always invited.
Well, I kind of saw it in the top 6 until now.
Yeah.
But now that it's top 5, I think I'd love to come by.
You only do the top 5 shows.
Well, only
right?
top
That's
5
all
shows.
The iBang.com. You really should check that out. It's a great little site. So,
iBang.
It's growing too, huh?
Oh, going crazy.
Nice.
I bang.
Sirius XM. Yeah, this is the Opie and Anthony Show.
All right. Jesus, Joe.
What?
I'm sitting here. You're radio gold because I'm sitting here like, what direction can we go in next? And then you just say something, and then I'm like, all right, that's a half hour.
There's a reason
But first, let me go around the room. We got the great Ron Bennington, who's going to be doing his own show today with Fez, Ron and Fez at 11 on this channel. You got Joe DeRosa. You got Tom Papa. And now joining the discussion is Tom Green, who's playing Carolines all weekend long.
Thanks for having me back after yesterday.
No problem, Tom. we got a huge storm that's hitting New York. They're calling it Frankenstorm. Frankenstorm, okay. And right before we popped the mics, Joe's like, is this thing going to be really bad? I'm like, yeah, it's going to be pretty bad. He goes, well, how do you prepare for something like this? He's one of those guys.
And he said, I live alone.
And you live alone. What could possibly happen? Let's break this down.
Where do you live exactly?
In Gramercy.
Oh, my God, the epicenter.
Yeah, that's kind of...
That's where...
That's
perfect.
That's kind of where it's hitting,
Good
Joe.
God,
George
do you know what
Clooney's
that
on a
means?
boat in there right now.
But, Joe, are you one of those guys?
He has no idea.
Are you one of those guys you got to go to the supermarket, get all your canned goods and
That's
your
what I'm
flashlights
asking.
and
Do I
the
need to do
batteries?
that?
Yeah, you better. It's Frankenstorm.
I order every meal for delivery. So I'm going to be out for food, and I don't have any friends in the building. I'm new in the building. I don't
So
know
what
any
could
of my
be the
neighbors.
problem if you live alone? What I
The
don't
lights
get-
go out and Joe's by himself and has
Lights
to
go
think.
out.
You know, when the lights go out, I like it. It's a nice break from everything.
I'm
Throw
gonna
on a
have
couple
to-
candles and
You've
everything
got a
shut
family
off.
around you, people talk
Yeah,
to.
I don't care.
But
I
He's
That's
going to be
right.
by himself.
I kind of like that growing up. We would lose our lights all the time. You get the fire. The
Yeah,
fire
that's because
burning.
your mom
and just-
and
When you're
dad didn't pay the
alone, it
bills.
sucks.
Well,
That's
that's
the thing. Wasn't Frankenstorm. Drank a little.
I don't think anything ever
Dragonstone.
happens. Nothing ever happens.
Thank you, Tom Green. Tell Joe DeRosa.
Yeah, nothing's going to happen. Nothing ever happens.
How do you know, Tom?
It's they do it to like stifle business in the city. You know, like every time you have I was in Washington last year and they said the big hurricane was coming in, and then nobody came to my show because nobody left the house,
Right.
and it was a light drizzle,
Right.
and everyone was avoiding the light drizzle.
So you curse these storms, right?
Yeah,
But
This one's going to be
nothing's
bad.
going to happen.
But Joe's talking like he's an 85-year-old man living by himself.
What if he slips on the ice?
You're
What if?
Are you
No one
even,
can-
What if I slip on the ice?
Are you really worried?
What?
You're worried that you live alone and the storm's hitting?
it's a little nerve-wracking when you live alone. You got no neighbors. Let's say one of my windows blows in.
So?
Blows in.
What happens then?
Let's say I get sucked out of the window. Some sort of wind suction thing happened.
You might lose a Frank Zappa record, but besides that, you'll be all right.
My Zappa's warped.
I'm just going to be lonely. That's really all.
He doesn't want to be alone with his thoughts.
I've never been scared of a storm.
Well, because you're a big.
You
tough...
should be now. This is Frankenstorm.
Well, they usually.
I was mad when we had to fucking leave the Outer Banks when that hurricane hit. Me and my brother were ready to fucking stick it out. But the people around me, including, well, I did have a 1.5 at the time. So they said, look, we got to go.
You can't ride out a storm with a baby.
I know. Good point, but we were excited. We're like, we'll hide the cars because they
hide the cars.
Well, it was a mandatory evacuation, but we talked to some of the locals that weren't leaving. And I go, look, these people have been through this a shitload. If they're not leaving, they know it's a bust. So why don't we stay too? We'll hide the cars behind the house and let's check it out.
Tie a string to our kid's ankle.
Well, that was the problem with the kid thing, I guess, in the end.
Joe's going to be in trouble. I'm worried about Joe this week.
I think I would be worried about tornadoes. That's the only thing. Hurricanes.
Well, your windows can blow in.
Hurricanes move so fucking slow. You could get out of the way if you have to.
This one's going to be bad because of the power. All the power is going to go out.
Yeah,
we're going to be in darkness.
Hit New York. They hit New York. The hurricanes. They actually hit New York.
Very rare.
They don't dissipate.
Very
before
rare.
They dissipate.
That's a good weather term.
Nor'easters.
Nor'easters we get.
The nor'easters.
Those are rough.
Yeah.
Sideways sleet and snow. That's okay. That's our thing.
I'm just going to find some friends and do the whole, let's have a hurricane sleepover.
You want to sleep over my house?
Not really.
You should.
We'll play some spoon and we'll spoon.
I mean, not when the invitation comes like that, Opie.
It's
not that when you get
when the mics are off, I'll give you the real invite.
The funny thing is, you've got a much worse, better chance of getting killed by a crack addict. You know what I mean?
Especially
if you
where
really
you're
think
living.
about it, you live in New York.
That's what I'm scared of. The power goes out, the crack addicts storm the building, and you're fucking dead.
Just have crack. Just have crack, and you just be thank God you guys are here.
But then what about the crack?
Like bacon bit.
Sprinkle
on
a
your
little crack on the stoop.
Right. They'll stop coming.
Yeah. What about the crack I'm going to need? Say I'm going to have to go out and buy extra crack. This is my point. What kind of supplies do I need?
No, the problem is going to be when all the power goes out. And then it snows for like 3 nights.
Yeah, you can't take care of yourself for a couple days without electricity.
Listen, I'm fucking excellent at taking care of myself.
Were you a Boy
But
Scout?
if I'm alone for too long, the thoughts start getting at me a little bit. Yeah.
You sound like you were an Eagle Scout.
I was a Boy Scout and a Cub Scout.
Touched.
Oh, so you can do some knots.
I know how to do things. I know how to knot.
Were you touched?
No.
A lot of Boy Scout stories coming out.
Swear to God I wasn't.
All right.
Swear to God I wasn't.
Would you like to be?
No, I never was either.
Were you a Boy Scout?
I didn't ask you.
No, I know. I just.
Jesus, Sophie.
I just thought I'd throw it
he was diffusing.
Be nice to the
He was
guy.
diffusing.
I just thought
there. He just wanted to make sure. No, not me.
Did I say that I wasn't touched too quickly?
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah. So fast. I'm like, wow, we didn't even get to him yet.
Hey, Tom, were you in the Cub Scout?
I wasn't touched. I wasn't molested in the Boy Scouts either. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, it was just the speed of the answer that threw me off.
It could be one of those hidden memories, and one day you're just driving down the road
I
going,
think this is that
hey,
day.
I think my uncle blew me.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I think this is that.
Fuck.
That's what that merit badge was for.
I'm just sitting here having a beer, and I just thought something.
My brother is hilarious, but he just can't do radio, unfortunately. He tells a story how, like, when he was pulling out his little pee-pee at the summer house that, we all went to, my uncle's giant hog would come over his shoulder because he would share the fucking bathroom with my brother. But the way he tells it and how he describes the whole scene is fucking
Just came
classic.
over just in a peeing.
Well, we had one bathroom, and it was sort of like the Kennedy compound, except that we didn't have money.
The poor version.
Yeah, the poor version with one toilet. But, 20 cousins, aunts, uncles. So it was just, you just shared the bathroom.
Yeah.
If you had to go, you had to go.
The uncle's not waiting for the kids to come
they were
out.
all beer drinkers back then.
Right.
They weren't going to wait around for my brother, who was 10 at the time, trying to fucking take a leak. So he would whip out his giant fucking horse cock. You got to hear him tell it. I will get him to tell some of these stories, but whatever.
I think that Joe will be fine. I think if he can make some knots, and if he can make his own fire.
Well, he did ask. He goes, "How do you prepare for something like this?"
Well, I got to go out and buy. I didn't mean
what
how.
do you have to buy?
Here's
Duct
the thing.
tape.
Don't you have something in like your cupboards?
Canned
No,
goods?
I literally have nothing in my house. I moved into a studio apartment. The kitchen area is so fucking small that I just was like, fuck it, I'm not cooking. I can't deal with this. And I have no food in my house. Nothing.
You need an emergency kit.
Yeah.
Tuna fish.
I have a toolbox. Is that going to help?
Tuna fish, pack of cigarettes.
A rechargeable radio, a crank radio,
the crank kind.
so you can listen to Opie and Anthony.
To the
updates. You know that the Nicaraguans are going to be out delivering food.
I don't know.
They're going to bring food to your house.
On
These
their
guys,
bike/motorcycle.
They work.
You live in New York City.
Listen, I know.
Maybe you're in the middle of the woods.
Hold on a second.
Without food.
You misinterpreted my question. You misinterpreted my question.
There's opportunists, too. They will be wandering around with coolers at the very least.
You misinterpreted my question. I wasn't saying how, as in tell me what to do. I was saying, how bad is this going to be? How much prep do I need to do for this fucking thing? That's what I was saying.
Ever. Perfect storms coming together.
Yeah.
Three different storms are coming together at the same time.
That's right. Cold, the Sandy,
and
some other one.
And the frogs.
They say if it all hits, that New York is going to be black.
It already is.
Darkness.
It's the flooding that really,
and the
that
flooding.
you got to worry about. The flooding.
When the ocean comes over the sides.
Yeah.
Are they going to dock us a couple days here if we're not doing our show, Ron? I know these people.
No.
If this city goes dark, they're going to fucking dock a couple of our days.
If you can get here by boat, you should be doing your show.
Yeah.
So is this scout thing, the molesting and the scouts, is that like a big problem? Is that turning into a big thing or something?
There's a few stories coming out.
Really?
Yeah,
is it going to be as a big
church
thing,
level?
like Jerry Sandusky kind of big, or bigger than that?
Yeah, I don't know if we got one guy though.
Really?
That we could pin it on, like Jerry Sandusky.
Yeah, it's been going on for years.
Whoever designs the shorts.
I was in the Cub Scouts.
You were?
I never really saw anything suspicious going on up in the Cub Scouts.
I stopped after the Cub Scouts.
Yeah, I stopped after the Cubs. I didn't go on.
I thought it was nonsense.
Just
the
Weeblos.
The Weeblos, right?
The Cub Scouts.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you need to know. Weeblos. Yeah. I know it's a hack joke, but
no, but who used to do that bit? Weeblos. Not in this tent, we don't. I'll be over here making a wallet. Who used to do that fucking joke? You remember that joke?
I think that was Slappy Carmichael.
Come on,
Weeblos
Tom. It
was an American thing.
I think it was Slappy Carmichael.
It was 1 year in between the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts.
Yeah,
when you were like 10.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the transitional period where they really showed you how to work a cock.
Wow. Weeblos.
And then you were ready for the fucking majors.
They didn't have the Weeblos. Yeah. I just remember, I lived in like northern Canada for a while on a Canadian Army base because my dad was in the Canadian Army, and so we lived in like the middle of the woods for a while. And in the Cub Scouts and the Beavers, do they have beavers down here too?
Yeah,
beavers.
Were they the girls
before the Cub Scouts? Yeah, so that was pretty good. Like we'd go out in the woods and we'd go look at bears and stuff like that. But then we moved to the city.
By bears, you meant fat gay men?
No, well, that's what happened when we moved to the city. That became that. No, then we moved to the city, though, like when I was like 7 or something. And my last year of Cubs, all we'd do is we'd go down to the high school gymnasium and play murder ball every Wednesday night. That's all we did.
Dodgeball?
Dodgeball, yeah.
Yeah, we call it
That's all we did in the Scouts.
Northern Canada.
Yeah.
How cold
so
is
if you
You're going to Northern Canada next week.
So from what you learned during that experience, how would you prepare for this storm?
I just, play dodgeball, I guess.
Northern Canada. How cold does it get up there?
Oh, it's you can swear on the radio here, right? It gets fucking cold, man.
Jesus.
It's fucking cold.
Dump out.
Wow. Yeah. No, it's ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely.
And they needed an army base way up there.
Yeah, they just kind of stick them up there in the woods.
Petawawa. In case North Pole attacks, he's there.
CFB Petawawa. If you're listening now, everybody Google that. That's where I'm
playing there next weekend.
Petawawa. Yeah. Nice town. You're going to Newfoundland next week.
I am.
That's amazing.
Are you really?
Yeah.
With the Newfies?
Yeah, I'm going to Newfoundland.
That's
playing St. John's, and then I'm going to Halifax, to a little Canadian run.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Trailer Park Boys are from Halifax.
Yeah, those are funny guys.
I'm going out drinking with Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys tonight if you want to come.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Are they good drinkers?
They are good drinkers.
Are you a good drinker?
I drank too much last night, I got to admit.
What's your drink?
I'm just going to come clean and say I'm slightly hungover right now, but that's a good thing because I'm having fun in New York City.
But you wear it well.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to. I drank some water. And
what do you drink, Tom?
Scotch.
Oh, yeah?
Jesus.
Good Scotch?
Scotch and beer is what I'm doing now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've had the privilege of drinking with you a couple times, and man, you fucking do it good, man.
Yeah,
you really like to put them. I love it.
I'm cutting back a little bit, though. I'm trying to keep it together.
Okay.
They say in AA that works. Cut back a little bit.
Yeah, I am cutting back a little bit. I'm under control.
What is cutting back? Because Scotch is pretty fucking.
Scotch
is pretty serious.
I had 4 drinks last night.
2 scotches?
2 scotch and 2 or 3 beer. That's 5 drinks. Okay.
And you're really hungover?
6 beer.
But isn't each scotch about, I don't know, 4? 4 beers, I'd say.
I'm not too wrecked. But I feel in it a bit. You know?
Look good.
Yeah. Just thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Tom, you a drinker?
Not heavy, but
when
yeah.
you can?
I'm a martini man.
Really?
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah, I'm fancy. Ever since I had kids, it's more like a cocktail
Vodka
hour
martinis,
kind of
dirty.
Yeah, dirt.
Old school or
Not
the
dirty.
fancy ones?
Kettle one, straight up dry with olives.
Whoa.
Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, that's just, yeah.
I like them.
Maybe we should have a
whiskey
drink.
on the
Should we
rocks.
have a drink
Like
right
whiskey?
now, possibly?
Whiskey's good.
If you need one to get rid of the shakes, Tom, sure, we can do that for you.
Little hair of the dog?
Hey, a little hair of the dog that bit you.
Since I'm cutting back on...
Crowd was good at
Might
Caroline's.
as well.
Yeah, it's great.
It's after 9.
Yeah.
It's time to have a drink.
I would have a beer if there was one around. To be honest with you.
We'll get you
guys
a
have
beer here.
Look at that.
I would have one.
Christ.
No, just serious.
Hey, where's my scotch from?
Just for fun.
Ron White?
Okay.
I'm so glad he's cutting back.
Yeah, for the sake of the show.
What did Tom Pop ask for?
Oh, yeah.
I interviewed Ron White, and he gave me a bottle of scotch that is, I think, here on Steve's desk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What kind of scotch?
I don't know. I'm going to
I've been
get
drinking
it for
this Balvenie lately. That's a really good
Balvenie.
tasty scotch that I've been drinking. Balvenie scotch.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's a good scotch.
Expensive?
You can get the expensive stuff. Different depends on the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
The Great Baldini.
Sort of expensive.
Yeah. That's a Gleason reference.
So it's going to be a big storm right here.
Thank you, Tom.
It's going to be a real Frankenstorm.
You're that guy, though. Who gives a fuck?
I'm what guy?
His fucking. I look at it as fun because the city's different for a few days.
Yeah, the lights go out.
I love when we get pounded by fucking huge snowstorms.
You
all
feel
that
a sense
shit.
of community. Everybody comes together.
I love all that.
Me too.
You have a family.
They'll be fine.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you have a family to go through the experience with when you live alone in a building where you don't know anybody. It's not as fucking exciting. It's a little fucking lonely.
Don't you have a girl?
You
don't have a girl?
No.
You don't touch kids, right?
No.
All right, then come on over.
Don't.
You come over for a day.
Don't.
High risk.
Why start?
You think it's high risk, right?
He's a single guy. You don't have him around.
High
your
risk.
kids.
You're a high risk.
He's
Yeah.
a high risk.
High
He's
risk.
gonna be like, hey, you guys, you ever hear Zappa?
No offense, but he doesn't want his
Actually,
kids jacked up.
my 2.5.
Jesus Christ.
Good point, Ron.
Oh, my
Very
God.
good point.
My 2.5-year-old already sniffs it out. He knows who the creepers are.
Well, in all fairness,
It's like it's a weird sense these kids have. He's cool to everyone that works in my building except one guy, and I'm like, that's the guy. He refuses to fucking shake his hand or anything.
Really?
Talk to him when he'll run in the door and open the door when we get people coming up with packages and all that shit, food or whatever. There's one guy. He as soon as he sees him, he turns and goes away. And I tell my wife,
nice,
that guy touches kids.
Smart.
I think they know.
Yeah, I think kids can sense.
You think dogs know? You think when you go over and they're like, "Oh, my dog doesn't like you."
That means
he's a dog toucher. Yeah, he's a dog toucher. That's the worst kind.
Yeah, I don't want to come to a family's apartment though. For the
He shouldn't.
It's not that. That's not the kind of shelter I'm looking for. I'd rather stay with like friends.
What about
that,
for Thanksgiving?
are single.
We're friends.
No, I just mean with a family. I don't like being in a family environment.
He doesn't want to.
I'm afraid I'm going to say the wrong thing, or
We're
I'm going to piss
friends.
off
Let's do
somebody,
this.
or
He
whatever.
doesn't want to compare his life to a loving, happy life.
We'll make a short documentary. We'll make a short documentary.
I scream that as soon as I wake up every morning. Cut!
What are you afraid that you're going to do in front of a family?
I'm not afraid of it. I'm just like, it's just like, look, if it's between staying with a family,
what's the worst
and
thing that
staying
can
with
happen if you
people
stay
my
with
age
me?
that are single? I would rather just stay in the single
but listen
people
to,
place. That's all I'm saying.
Go with Ronnie's question. What's the worst thing that could possibly happen if you stay with me for a day?
I'm just not. I don't know. I'm gonna fucking curse in front of your kid like this. I didn't even realize I was saying fuck just then. I said it. I don't want to curse in front of your kids. I don't want to be the guy that annoys your wife because you're annoying friends hero.
We curse in front of our kid.
You realize you're John Candy now. that we've come full circle, and you are that guy.
You're going to find me on Tuesday night sitting in a train station by myself.
Come on, come out of this story.
We got our pal Jim Jeffries on the hotline. Jim.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Very fucking busy day, sir. Sorry to make you wait there.
No, that's all right. I got nothing to do.
We got Ron Bennington, Joe DeRosa, Tom Papa, and Tom Green in studio.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Jimmy.
how are you? Where are you calling from, man?
I'm in LA at the moment.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just calling to plug the new special I got coming out tonight. But also, I'm having a baby in like 10 days.
Congratulations!
Wow.
Oh my gosh, mine. I just had my second 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's exciting. I got the girl who played the prostitute on my TV pilot pregnant, so you know.
How great is that?
Hate when that happens.
Are you guys still together?
Yeah.
It's working out all right?
Like, it happened after 2 months. I didn't have much choice in being happy, but we're giving it a go.
We're giving it a go.
Where's your special, Jeff?
We got one. It's coming out on Epics, same as where Norton had his last one at 10 p.m. this evening.
Awesome.
Oh, very cool. I got a copy of it in front of me. I can't wait to watch it.
What's it called?
Fully Functional. It's the first special I've done sober, and I think you'll find it lacking for that very reason. But it's not bad.
Where are you at with your partying? Last time I talked to you, you were doing all right.
What's that? Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Like, at the moment, I'm doing this FX TV show, and the hours are real long, so I haven't had a drink for about a month and a bit now.
Wow. That's amazing.
On that, and
Well, Tom Green almost went 4 hours, but his drink is coming in studio.
He's having a beer right now. Hey, Jim, am I coming to do your podcast next week?
After he said he's coming down. Tom Green wants to know if he's doing your podcast. Jim
I think I'm doing your podcast next week, right?
if you want to do it, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, you're buddies with my friend Andrew Taylor from Australia, right?
Yeah, we have the same management in Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
He's a drunk.
Yeah, I like drinking with Andrew. I go drinking with Andrew a lot.
But you're cutting down.
Yeah.
Is it just drinking, or is there anything else going on?
Just drinking, yeah. Just drinking.
Well, obviously, you don't know him as well as I do.
I got to get on that. That sounds good.
You don't do the drugs there, Tom Green?
No, I don't do the drugs. No.
A little pot every once in a while.
Occasionally,
nothing?
a little bit. I'll touch that occasionally. Yeah.
Little coke, though.
No, never tried it.
Little heroin.
Never touched it. Never touched the stuff.
You've never tried
just
it.
a little take the edge
never
off.
touched. Never tried. I've been a little.
Drink more. Yeah, you can drink more if you take the edge off.
I've always been a little nervous. Is this the?
Yeah, it's the scotch.
Scotch. Oh, that's a scotch. Okay.
Black grouse.
He still wants that open, is what he's saying.
I was. Were you going to grab a? Is there a beer? Is there a beer around? I can't drink the scotch.
Tom?
No, I don't need beer. I don't want a beer.
Give Tom a beer.
I'm okay. I don't want a beer. No, actually, it's okay. I was sort of kidding.
Tom is so desperate for a beer, he thought the giant bottle in a box was a beer. He picked it up and goes, "Is this the beer? No, that's scotch." Okay.
You really wanted to see what was inside that.
No, I don't want to drink the scotch because that'll just ruin the day. Will be gone if I start drinking scotch in the morning.
Just go home and go to bed.
But a beer,
what are you gonna do?
A beer.
Yeah, what else you got to do? You got press today?
No, not really, actually. Yeah.
Got two big
I guess I could go sleep it off.
I'd just go right to the bar if I were you.
Jim Jeffries.
Yes.
So after the kid's born, you guys gonna get married or any of that, or?
Look, don't. Fuck, I don't know, man. Like, that's what her plan is, I guess. my mother's very keen on it. It's like I've got the TV show and it's called Legit. And my mum rings me up and she goes, "What's the name of your TV show?" And I go, "It's called Legit." And she goes, "How can your show be called Legit when your child is illegitimate?"
Wow, moms know how to make it hurt.
Yeah, so now I'm like, I want to fight against it a little bit and just, the whole idea of a bastard child, at least, you get to call him something occasionally when he's naughty and it actually is appropriate. I don't think I'll be getting married anytime soon, or at least telling anyone.
Right. Oh, you would do it like just fucking get it done.
Yeah, but it's just, what's the big point? I've got a baby. That's a fairly big commitment, right?
It is. It is, sir.
And I'm sick and tired of every cunt that I meet just telling me how hard it's going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know how hard it's going to be. It's going to be crying and waking you up all the time. And it's like, I used to take a lot of coke, and I was waking up feeling shitty with a dry mouth from alcohol and that type of stuff. I think I can wake up because something's crying every now and again.
Oh, there you go. Your experience.
Yeah, but there's good times when you had to do coke. That's the only real difference. There is some
It was
fun
worth
in
it
your
at
life,
the end, right?
Yeah,
That's a
there
great.
was some good times, yeah.
That's a great way to look at it, man. I never thought of it like that.
What?
What, Jim, what you're saying about, like, look, man, you know, I've woke up hungover with a splitting fucking head at 6 a.m. a million times. You know, if I'm sober and a baby's waking me up, it's not that big of a deal, you know? That's a fucking great philosophy.
So you're going to have kids now, Joe?
There's a theory that I should like the child.
What's up?
There's a theory that I should like the child, right?
I mean, theoretically, but that's, you know, that's old school bullshit, you know?
Why? As soon as that kid pops out, it's instant love.
Jim's going to love this baby.
Oh, God.
There really is.
Hacky
in most
dad
cases.
things to say.
Well, what are you going to do? Jim Jeffries, you...
will grow into twice the size.
I deserve it. Jim, you call me when the baby's born and you tell me how you feel.
Yeah, all right. I'm up for
I think
it.
I think it might surprise the hell out of you, is what I'm saying.
Will be one of the most disappointing days in comedy if I ever hear Jim Jeffries go, the minute I saw it, mate, I mean, I
didn't say we
loved
have to do it on the
instantly.
show.
It would just
I do shit off the show, too.
But it would disappoint me so bad to hear Jim
Maybe
Jeffries
we would just
say
have
that.
a little conversation where we can relate on something.
It's, you know, that's all I'm saying.
Relate as far as a human emotion goes.
Oh, really? Guy that doesn't cry at movies? You want to talk human emotions
said,
over
planes,
here?
trains, and automobile when he brings
Yeah,
candy
I like how DeRosa is shitting on the love of a father to a child, but he'll bawl during Love Actually.
Right. and Rush playing Spirit of the Radio.
Yeah.
Or Spirit of Radio.
Jeffries, I cried seeing Rush play Spirit of Radio. These guys are trashing
So that
me.
means if you became a father, you would fucking bawl, is what I'm saying.
I would bawl. I would bawl.
You would be a
But
little.
that's not the
you'd
point.
Be a little bitch in that delivery room.
Hey, come
crying
on,
and
guys,
saying the
just get
blood is
carried away
icky.
here. Come on, Paul.
We're gonna fucking fight.
Don't tell me I wouldn't cry when my baby's born.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. The shit you admitted you cried to, and you're fucking giving me shit.
Oh, big surprise. Tom's coming at me. Big fucking surprise today in this studio.
Tom's been awfully nice to you.
Tom's
today.
been all over me today, like white on rice in this fucking room.
Tell Jeff about your web series.
Yeah.
What?
Tell Jeff about your web series.
Don't be. Why do you do that? Why do you do that?
What?
That's mean.
This is a real fight now, Jim Jeffries. Just listen. This is going to be ugly.
Hey, Jim, did you know Tom's in a new big movie with, who are you in?
Michael Douglas.
I thought it was like Clint Eastwood.
And there's someone else in there, too.
What time?
You're kidding, really?
I didn't believe it either. You keep saying it's true, though.
Last time I saw Jim, we were in a parking garage together.
And? Go.
Yeah, me too.
When does that hit?
First or second Thursday in January. It's basically the Louis time slot in his off season.
Awesome.
Very cool. Yeah, Louis taking a year off.
What's the show about, Jim?
It's just my stand-up stories. The first, I can tell you every episode. Now, the first story is just me taking a friend with muscular dystrophy to a brothel, right? And then the rest of it was meant to be just other stories from my stand-up. But then FX went, we really like the guy who's playing the muscular dystrophy character. So now it's just all my stories plus a guy in a wheelchair.
Ronnie, you ever hear that story? He actually took his friend to a whorehouse to get him laid.
It's a great story.
There's muscular dystrophy. It's an amazing story. What?
I went back to Australia and saw that guy sort of back in December, and I was like, the guy that I took to the prostitute, the woman with muscular dystrophy, and I thought, you know what? I should take him again. I've made so much money out of this story. I should take him again. And he went, thanks, Jim. You're so good to me. I go back to the prostitute, and every fucking hooker knew his name. It's like he uses a sob story on everyone. It was like Norm walking into the bar at Cheers.
Wow.
Hey, I'll tell you something cool. A couple of days ago, we just signed him on for the show. He's in 3 episodes. Fucking John Ratzenberg's coming on the show.
Damn.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, and that's all because I met him with you guys, so I appreciate that.
Oh, that's how that came about?
Yeah, remember I was sitting there
Of course.
doing impersonations of him the whole time, and he remembered me.
No kidding, yeah.
Do you do the impersonation to him, like on the show? Is that worked into one of the scripts somehow?
Well, the thing is, he hasn't come on set yet for one of his episodes, but that'll be happening, whether he likes it or not.
He does. I don't know. Can you do a little? I know it's hack, but
it's a bit early in the morning to be. I can't really do it.
Okay, that was great. Hack, but he really does an amazing impression.
You can see my face.
Yeah. Tom, you got questions for Jim Jeffries? You're quiet over there.
What part of Australia? Are you from Melbourne? Sydney?
I'm from Sydney.
Sydney, you're from Sydney. Yeah, I like Sydney. I like that. We just had a good time over there this year in Sydney.
Yeah.
I did a little tour over in Australia. Enjoyed it quite a bit. Yep.
Yeah, I heard that you're quite popular over there.
Had a lot of fun over there. Held a koala bear over there.
Yeah, that's always fun. There's certain states you can hold the koala bear, and then certain states you're not allowed to, because you know some Asian tourist has fucking dropped one.
Yeah, in Queensland, you're allowed to hold them in Queensland.
Yeah, they don't care for the welfare.
I went to the Brisbane koala sanctuary, and I held the koala bear, and then they told me that they're the #1 carrier of chlamydia.
Yeah. They are?
Yeah, they told me that. Right after I fucked it. Right after. I wish they told me. Wish they hadn't waited till after I fucked it. Okay. I don't know what
I love how Americans tell me things like that. Like, I held a koala bear. That's like me rocking up to one of you guys and going, saw a squirrel in the park.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'd like to know about this squirrel I saw.
Yeah, yeah. I'm Canadian, though, so it's...
My girlfriend's Canadian.
Oh yeah. I'm Canadian. Look, calling a Canadian American is like calling a
squirrel a koala bear,
a New Zealander an Aussie.
Yeah, but not the other way around, because Australians don't care if you call us New Zealanders, because New Zealand's like Australia's retarded little brother.
Yeah, they get real offended by it. The Kiwis get real offended when you ask if they're Australian.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. I don't know what the deal is.
There's only 3 million of them, and all they have is rugby.
Yeah.
They get a bit, competitive.
Yeah. So what are you guys thinking? Australia?
I love the fucking... I'm thinking Australia.
I love this.
It's so funny.
Usually you're supposed to jump in and save it. I just love
what do you guys think
of this when it goes flat.
What do you guys think of this whole Donald Trump situation?
I think he's amazing.
Yeah? Do you like the way that Donald Trump came out and had a big announcement that he was going to make, and then he piped this big announcement, said that he was going to announce something about the president, and then there was nothing?
He really read this country wrong. He really thought everyone would be all about it.
Yeah. Guys, the crazy part about the big announcement is it wasn't that big of an announcement.
Yeah. There was no announcement, wasn't he? He said he would pay money for an announcement. Wasn't he? He's offered $5 million.
He was supposed to have the announcement.
If there was something.
Right.
What's the theory? What's he trying to find out? Like, I know
he wants some of Obama's records, and he's willing to give Obama $5 million to his favorite charity. And he just assumed that the president would fucking, go with this.
But wouldn't it be weird if, like, he said, here's $5 million for your favorite charity if I can see your university reports, because he thinks that Obama had something, like, really weird going on in university. And it turns out that Obama didn't, and then he gets the $5 million and he donates it to terrorism.
Well, okay.
It's Al Qaeda.
The bigger story was that Ann Coulter called Obama a retard.
Yeah, so
and that kind of overshadowed the Trump thing.
Not a huge Coulter fan, but
I'm just saying
I never held a koala.
No, what's the
I'm
big
not
deal?
saying isn't it awesome. I'm saying it was the bigger news story.
Right, but we're not allowed to do that, I guess.
You know, I hope it was just the bigger story.
The correct term is mongoloid.
Mongoloid.
That's what
We could do that.
Say.
Right.
Oh, okay. They were upset at the...
retard.
I got it now.
Mongoloid.
Yeah, I mean, that overshadowed the Trump thing is my point.
We're running out of words in this country. You got this problem in Canada there, Tom? Where there's words you're not allowed to say? Words?
Yeah, it's exactly the same in Canada. That's the thing that's starting to get weird about Canada is it's exactly the same.
Didn't a comedian
everything is exactly the same there now.
Didn't a comedian get prosecuted for saying something on stage in Canada?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he got banned.
Really?
Yeah, he got actually
banned.
He was banned from comedy, and he was fined $30,000.
A lawsuit.
I never heard. I did not hear about that.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said that he
said retard or for saying retard.
I think it was an anti-gay slur.
It was lesbians, right?
Yeah,
wow.
He made fun of lesbians. He made fun of lesbians.
Like the Lenny Bruce of Canada, the modern era.
Yes, he is.
That's awesome. It'd be nice to get banned for something from comedy. It'd be a nice feeling.
But you wouldn't have to do it anymore.
Yeah.
More time to drink.
Yeah.
I know. Speaking
got
of
his
which, where's
beer,
that
by
beer?
the way.
We're working on it.
Oh, we went to get you a beer.
Oh,
that's how good we are.
Oh, thanks.
But you don't want
that
it, right?
should be every comedian's goal, I think, to say something that gets them banned and fined. Really.
It's not that hard these days.
Is it actually possible to get banned anymore for saying stuff?
Well,
I think
if Jim Jeffries hasn't been banned.
Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't banned. Maybe I'm exaggerating. I'm pretty sure he was, though. I think he was not allowed to do comedy.
Just making up
How
stories.
can you be banned from comedy? You can be banned from a club, but no one can stop you from doing comedy. We don't have a society or anything like that. There isn't like a Jedi council.
Yeah.
Where Cat Williams tells you can't do it anymore.
I think I made it up. I think the band thing I made up.
Jesus. Go prepare for the storm.
That's terrible.
Making Canada sound like this Nazi state where they ban people from speaking.
They still fined the guy for $30,000. I mean, that's pretty fucking bad.
It was a big deal up there.
I want to find out more about this.
He's not allowed to order chicken fingers off of any menu.
I would like to get
in
banned.
a comedy club.
No, wait a minute. I think he wasn't allowed to perform for 6 months.
Doesn't anyone have
some...
the internet? Can someone look it up? Why are we listening to
Tom's
Joe
in the internet.
How?
Tom Green's in the internet seat.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
I don't know if he can multitask. I'm not really sure.
I'm afraid if I type in "banned from Canada," my name will pop up.
We got more. More alcohol choices coming in for Tom
my
Green.
picture will
Somebody
pop up
Google Tom Green koala bear
under "banned with Canada."
E-Rock, what do we got for Tom Green? More alcohol choices, Tom.
Here's what happened.
I'll have a beer. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Well, what kind of beer are you going to bring?
I'll have a Stella. Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you, man.
Bless you.
That.
Thank you.
We got some wine.
And we got some wine, Tom.
Just a Stella's good.
I'm thinking beer to the wine to the scotch. You'll be good.
Yeah, we'll start with the.
What do you got, Ron?
The guy's name is...
Cheers.
What is that? He insulted a lesbian couple that heckled him at the nightclub. $30,000 he had to pay them.
He had to pay the couple.
For insulting, you can get... Really, huh?
Yeah.
And wasn't he not allowed to perform for a while or something?
That part I don't see on here.
Why does Canada let that happen?
Because they're a Nazi state?
Yeah, they're Canada.
What the heck?
Would that happen in Australia?
Was it just a defamation claim, or what was it?
You ask why, and they,
stand-up comedian Guy Earl was ordered to pay the money to Lorna Party.
Did Ron just do this?
32, while the British Columbia Human Rights Tribunal. It doesn't say what happened here. He directed homophobic and sexist insults at her.
Right.
When he was the master of ceremonies at an open mic comedy show.
Open mic.
So big.
Directed homophobic and sexist insults. Isn't that what comedy is all about? Directing insults at people.
Well, in this country it is.
Yeah. Don't you go to the show to get insults directed at you?
Well, Canada doesn't make sense. You put your army bases way up north. Why?
It's so annoying. This story makes me furious.
He also denied that he said some of the things he has been accused of.
You really should consider people's feelings.
He said that
before you tell jokes.
The patron threw a drink in his face. Sounds like a pretty crazy night at the comedy club.
Sounds like
a fun night at the club.
All right, listen, let's get Jim
Repeated
Jeffries off
vulgar
the phone.
language.
Poor Jim.
Yeah. Sorry, Jim.
That's all right.
He's going to read the whole story.
Jim just yawned. Jim just yawned and stretched.
Well, we've learned in this business years ago, you just have to read the first 2 sentences of any story, and you got it all.
He attacked Party's
That's all you need.
identity and dignity as a woman and a lesbian.
Jim, do you attack lesbians in your special tonight on Epics?
I think I probably do. I can't. I know I definitely did in my last special.
Odds are good you will.
Yeah, I was.
Yes.
Yeah, look. If those puffs are going to watch it, they deserve what they get.
All right, Jim, when are you going to be in our area? Soon, hopefully?
I'm thinking probably not until the new year.
All right, we'll see then.
But I might call in again. It's been a lot of fun. I slept through the middle bit.
All right, congrats on the FX show. I'm very excited for you, and of course the special tonight on Epics.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for letting me call in.
And congratulations ahead of time on the kid.
Yeah, well, the 6th of November we cut the thing out. The doctor's making us go in at 8 a.m., which I think is a bit early to be waking up. But, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be hard on you. It's going to be hard on Jim Jeffries.
It's tough, yeah. Feel bad for you, dude. Send you some flowers that day.
Feel bad you might have to get up a little early. Do my best to your girlfriend.
All right,
at least you
be a cakewalk for her.
Yeah, tell her to have some consideration and move the appointment back.
At least you'll have a face that you can have in your mind when you're writing those checks for the rest of your life.
I bought a house about 2 weeks before she conceived, and so it'll be nice to live here for the next 8 months.
Is she American?
She's Canadian.
Oh.
Man, it's all coming full circle right now.
It really is.
Does she look like John Candy?
All right, Jim. Thank you, sir. Have a good weekend.
No, thanks, like that.
All right, Jim Jeffries. We're going to break and then finish up next. Tom Green at Caroline's.
Tom Green!
Thank you.
Sirius XM. Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.